this is it. Heavy pierce damage. You deserve that. You 100% deserve that for what just happened. That was fucking disgraceful. So disappointed.
Son of a bitch.
Die. He can't keep getting away with it, Chad. He can't keep getting away with it. Kill him. Thank you. This man has survived with like 2 HP twice because of his last minute evasion.
I can't kill the fucking jockey with the
How
grenade.
fast can I kill Rochelle with this?
Kill secured.
Answer's pretty fast.
Hey,
Are you teabagging her?
back up.
Anyway, let's go do something.
Don't worry, Rochelle. I got you. Oh wait, hold on. All right. Oh, whoops. Hear that charger? Plunging attack!
I'm high.
Oh, there's a hunter here too.
It's a
Oh, I just thought it was up real bad. Oh no! It wasn't hobbies, was it? No, it wasn't. It was it lifestyle? No, it wasn't. Fuck, what was it? Is it miscellaneous? No, I lost it. Where was it? People. I'm such a child. I want tight mother. I want tight mother. Fantastic. Your profile. It's wonderful. It really says what you're about. You got me. Here, you want to give it a listen? What an act of serendipity getting that one. Because I did post on the Discord earlier that I was thinking of doing like a Moemon playthrough. Randomized one. What's going on, chat? It's me. We're back because I want to play more Wholesome Monstergirl Academia. And also it takes a while for me to set up pretty much everything else. I say this doing a little preface. Before stream started, I went back because I was really afraid I might have, in my own hubris, locked myself out of Wynn's romance route. And as powerful as... Oh, speaking of, here you fuckers go. Thanks for a moment. Takes a deep breath. And then unloads a handful of fantasy recommendations. Fate going all around here. You can't go wrong with The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings, which is from a Catholic author, no less. And there's the... Okay, you need to fucking pick something actually good. Bassist fuck is correct though, Lex, yes. How about you don't pick basic bitch shit? Don't knock books for young adults. I'm trying to sound a little bit for this one. We go back to our Rugrats conversation we had like a week ago. And then lastly, a few personal favorites in the Earth Sea Cycle series, which starts with a... I posted this one today, by the way, and it still just randomly showed up. Seaside. I have 121 videos.
Woo! Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo!
Holy shit, that blew me away. Okay, I'm sorry. Fuck. And the first Dragonlance trilogy. Yo, we talking Chronicles? They hit me so hard with that one. Chronicles books right now, and I've also got a fucking Test of the Twins. Come back to my room now. Anyways, as I was saying before I got interrupted, you were talking such shit, and then she pulled that. She did, man. She really did, God. But so I went back to the basketball game and said, like, you know, I guess I can just show you guys, because I did record it because I didn't want to just like do it on stream and then go through and just mash through everything again. So I've got this pulled up. I'll take myself off here. Hold on. There we go. And then like I said, I skipped through like the Dragonlance drop off and then talking to Vampire Boy again. Oh, I'm sorry, Daywalker Boy. Let's go on. I'm gonna change my goals color. There we go. Because it turns out I think if you get the answer right, no matter what option you pick afterwards, you win the game. I learned that. That's such a smug cat girl, man. Like, look how fucking smug she is. So yeah, I did save it like right before we left off. And we're doing the Martial Arts Club now. We will become Kenichi, the mightiest disciple. I will just say this: God bless the skip button. Oh, she's so sad. I just never realized you guys probably can't even hear that, can you? I was actually talking through that. Hold on. There we go. Wren's body collides into mine, sending me flying backwards onto my rear and sliding me back forward a few another feet. Oops, sorry about that. Sometimes I get a little too enthusiastic and lose my sense of depth. Basically, I fumbled the shot. It continues over to me. Okay. And then they stole the ball and won. Gave it our all, but in the end, didn't manage to beat Wren's team. Somehow, I think if I was in a better mindset, we would have managed it. I love Wren's eyes. They're all fiery. It's the game after all. When I stand back up with Wren's help, Sarah and Ray jog over to give their 2 cents on the game. So close. We were so close. Not close enough. We really put the pressure on you, huh? It was a good game for sure. I didn't have any regrets about how we played. really pushed us all to the max. Yeah, I think I got a lot out of that. And win or lose, it was a good game all around. I think so too. Don't. By the way, don't do any of this try your best bullshit like with Waka. You aim to win. Maybe we can teach you to not freeze up when someone bigger. This is America, bitch. We have players specifically made to end the careers of other players. Self-awareness of the crashing event makes me believe that she was meant to tackle me on purpose. Like that. Don't take it personally. Even I'd hesitate in the face of Wren. Anyhows, if you want to toughen up a bit, come join the martial arts club. I'll go easy on you at first, unless you want to go all out. He's right. Maybe I just need to toughen up a bit. Regardless, a bet's a bet. Even if I didn't really get to say in it. Okay, buddy. We'll see. Still, I haven't made up my mind yet either. Be merciless and battle and gracious in victory, exactly. What is best in life? To crush your enemies, see them driven before you, and hear the lamentations of their women. That's the spirit. I'll see you tomorrow then. Great. She slaps my back hard, her tail slamming against the ground as her hand connects to my back, almost staggering me a bit. Do you guys think Wren will let me hold her tail? Wren and Ray walk towards their respective locker rooms while I try and regain my balance from Wren's blow. There's a joke to be made there. By that time, the bell rings and the rest of us hurry to the locker rooms to change before we leave. That's the end of the route. And then the rest of that's just straight going to the library. I picked the same book again. So let me go back here. I'm gonna fix the music real quick. You guys probably don't know that, but that's the channel name I gave for when you can hear YouTube. It's the music. But speaking of game, let's get right into it. Load. Alrighty. Did I luck out here with not only friends but potential girlfriend material too? I shouldn't get too full of myself. Try to remain humble. At least he's thinking about it, you know? He's like, these girls are acting awfully weird. Meanwhile, they were actively on their hands and knees begging to be his girlfriend. I wonder if they like me. I'm not here to date anyone necessarily. I never really dated anyone too seriously in the past either, so it's not like I got any real experience. At least here I won't have any racial problems to deal with. Everyone seems to get along just fine regardless of their human or monster status. Which, by the way, I still find it wild, and I like it. The fact that the fucking Catholic Church was like, nah man, they're all people in God's image. Like, that would be such a wild story thread for like an alternative history story. They just go on a crusade to save all the monster people. Everyone seems to get along just fine regardless of they're human or monster. It's just better for me to focus on relationships for now. You know, yeah, dude, the masculine urge to die in a crusade, hell yeah, and you do it for your dragon wife. I did legitimately think of like, because I mean I've talked about like doing like a Persona-esque like modern pseudo kind of setting for Fabula Ultima, but I thought, what if we just like added like monster people too, just for shits and gigs, you know, make it a bit more fantastical. Like Blaze Blue. Technically, it's basically Earth, but there's also like cute squirrel girls and shit, and Oni because fuck it. It's better for me to just focus on friendships for now. If something blossoms naturally from that, it's fine with me. The dawn of the Industrial Revolution. Yep. And it was just like, we just found these like African tribes. Yeah, it turns out they're monster people. Is that the thing, right? It's like, even like a few decades ago, we were like finding like tribes that are just like deep hidden in like jungles and shit. Be a lot of monsters. That's the way things should be, shouldn't it? Dating should be with a good friend who you share many common interests with. Alongside the obvious physical attraction, right? Putting that aside for now, I better get started with this book so I can finish it by next Monday. And dude, I gotta tell you, the goat teacher nun is so adorable. Next day, on the way to my first class, I ponder what Damien said about the homecoming dance. I don't want to be awkward about it, but I'm curious what the girls in my class think about it. Fortunately, I don't have to wait long before I overhear a few of the girls huddled around each other discussing just that. I'm glad she's a nun. She's so cute. Slime's just dead. Keeps your MILF mania in check. I don't know, man. I listen to a lot of King Diamond. He straight up just has a song called Nuns Have No Fun. So, Sarah, have you got your eye on anyone this year for homecoming dance? Me? I might have an idea of someone, but I still haven't decided. I'm pretty busy with homecoming committee itself, after all. I might be too busy with that to ask someone. What about you, Clover? You know I'm not big on school spirit things, much less anything that extroverted. It's a hard pass for me. And you, Eva? Oh, well, if someone were to ask me, it would depend on their personality and stuff, I guess. Fucking Eva is so powerful, too. She's such a cutie. Oh. You know that's not how it works. Yeah. You're gonna have to ask whoever you want to take with you on a DATE, if you want to go. Oh, the squish! Eva pushes Clover with her book in retaliation for her teasing. Stop it. I know. There's just not anyone who sparks my interest yet. Maybe. Not that there's anyone like that around here. Not even the new guy, Gabe. She perfectly says my name a bit louder than the rest and looks over in my direction with a smirk on her face and trouble in her eyes. Eva responds with a blushing scowl. Clover, that's... Clover, that's enough. Leave poor Eva alone. Okay, fine. Just then, Wren walks in and greets the group. I stand at attention and audibly just say, my love. It is just suddenly Ava's just super sad. Huh, I wonder why Ava's super sad. Yo, everyone's talking... What's everyone talking about all that? Oh, just who we're interested in taking to homecoming. Do you have anyone you're asking? Not really. Though I wouldn't mind going with friends just to party. Besides, it's okay to let loose every once in a while. Definitely, I can't wait to make this an event everyone remembers. As the conversation concludes, Sister Talia walks in and has everyone take their seats. Good morning, class. As you're all aware, the homecoming dance theme was decided last night as a Monster Mash theme. Okay, I was gonna say, like, you're really gonna say that? It's like... I feel like that one might actually be a little insensitive, but if we're going with a Halloween vibe, okay, that's a little bit better. We gotta cater to the fucking goth chicks. Lord knows we've already got all of our metric ton of Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise where I work. More like Monster Smash. Hell yeah, brother. You get it. Since it's so close to Halloween, it was decided that instead of something formal, everyone will come in costume. I must know their outfits. I must know they will be adorable. Now, I'm sure you're all excited, but don't let it get in the way of your studies. How does that work? They dress up as humans? Clover just shows up like, hi, I'm just as Dave from accounting. Oh no, what if no, that would be bad. I was gonna say, what if one of them like comes in and pulling a Justin Trudeau? Alright, let's get started. Everyone open your books to page. And so class continues as usual until lunchtime. What, you stay in the same class till lunch? What the fuck? I had to rotate classes like every hour. After grabbing my food from the cafeteria, I journey outside again. That's a beautiful open field, by the way. I love this artwork. I mean, you can kind of tell this part's painted, and then this part's just like... I don't know how you want to say it. It's like they took a picture and they just kind of like used it as reference. To some degree, but it's also still very nice. Courtyard is busy as ever. Today, however, I do not see Sarah or Red. Fuck! As I continue scanning the groups of students until I notice Clover and Eva sitting together in the shade of a giant oak tree. Eva is reading a book with one hand and eating, while Clover chats animatedly beside her. The way they can multitask like that astounds me. Eva's not listening. I might not know much about them yet, but it would probably be beneficial to reach out to people on my own for once. I make a resolute decision to casually tread in their direction, dodging through the few people passing by. I try to catch a glance of the title of the book Eva's reading, but it's just the wrong angle for me to see. As I approach, Clover looks up at me with a tired gaze. Hey, mind if I sit here? Clover continues her stare in my direction, analyzing me for a moment before giving me a dopey grin and answering. You don't mind at all. What's up, new guy? Thanks, and not much. And don't call me new guy. I don't want a recess situation. That one guy got called new kid for like 3 years until another new kid showed up. Still getting my bearings and figured I stick with faces I know, and then I guess get to know them better. What, our faces? No, I mean to get to know you guys a little bit more since we haven't really interacted much. Great, off to an awkward start. Self-introductions aren't really my strong point, but that's okay. Hard point's over. Now to build up from there. So, how do you two know each other? Well, we go to the computer lab after school, and as you know from yesterday... Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Well, I go to the computer lab after school, as you know from yesterday. And since that's part of the library, Eva and I end up running into each other most days. Your dad picks you up, right? Yeah, like I said yesterday. He works late most nights, and I'm too impatient for the bus. Unless I need more computer power. For the bigger games, of course. Of course. And your mom doesn't pick you up because... She's deceased. My bad. I just assumed she also worked later. Guess I should be more sensitive to subtleties in speech. Don't worry about it. She passed away when I was too young to remember her. Man, I hope there's a part in like Clover's arc where we just meet her dad. That'd be real cool. Hopefully it'll be better than Shizune from Katsuo Sojo. My dad talks about her often though. As a reminder of her in some ways. Yeah, that's good, I suppose. Yeah, apparently she was a scientist. It's like mother like daughter, since Clover seems to know her way around a computer and then some. More than me for sure. When Clover and I are talking, I notice Eva peeking her eyes out from over her book, as if she's interested in the conversation but doesn't want to be obvious about it. Dude, that was me in school. in like when I took study hall, first of all, I was kind of dicked because the only class I would ever have homework in was math class, and that was the one period I had after study hall. So I just read all day in study hall. I shit you not, dude. One year I said like 2 words and all I did was read. But I heard everyone's conversations. I had so much dirt on people. I was the invisible man. I take this opportunity to include her, despite the fact that she's busy reading. So what book are you reading now, Ava? Ava jumps a little, surprised that she was called out while peeking over her book. She tries playing it off like she was still engrossed in the book. Who, me? Nothing particularly interesting. Right now, I'm catching up on a... romance. That's your favorite, right? Eva blushes at this and gets flustered. A fantasy series. I was saying that I was catching up on a fantasy series. I mean, it has romance in it, but it's not a romance. Same thing, right? Most fantasy games I play don't have romance in them, so I wouldn't call them romance. But yours does. You don't play, like, big RPGs anymore, do you? You don't play those. I was gonna say you don't play BioWare games, but I feel like no one plays BioWare games anymore. Good BioWare games, I should say. Oh yeah? What about your visual novel things? What do those count as? Eh, those can be sci-fi and fantasy too, you know. These two seem amusing together. They're definitely close since they're used to teasing each other. Only ever seems to get flustered over it. My intuition about Clover being a troublemaker is right on the money. What about you? What kind of things are you into? You a gamer, a reader, an athlete? Clover takes it in stride. Yeah. I've seen your visual novels. They get rather lewd. Yeah, they do, and it's great. Oh, you know, a little bit of everything, really, but if I had to pick a hobby, especially, it would be... I have to think about this for a bit. I really do dabble in a lot of hobbies, but... do I have anything in common with these girls that might build up really early friendship? Maybe for something they shouldn't care for. Best be honest with myself and others. There's no point in starting off a friendship under false pretenses. Yeah, I'm here to start up the self-improvement club. When I say a little of everything, I really mean it. But I guess more specifically, I'd like to make sure I keep fit, eat healthy, and keep my mind active. Boy, I don't do any of those. Okay, maybe the latter. You don't seem too big on sports or anything. We gotta be true, okay? He's cringe. No, this is great. Like, let's say things don't work out, right, with Wren for whatever reason. And God just hates me. Then we got the dynamic of, like, strong jock and, like, quiet bookish girl, right? You know, she's reading those, like, saucy, like... you know, Cowboy Dan then picked me up in his strong arms. We can do that then. Yeah, I've never really done any organized sports, but I go to the gym sometimes and for a jog when I have time. Otherwise, I stay well read or spend time cooking a decent healthy meal for myself. Well, speaking, Eva appears to be eyeing me up and down as if appraising whether or not I look as fit as I claim to be. She perks up at the mention of cooking, however. Oh, you can cook? Any specialties? Bro, I will make you the best fucking microwave burrito out there. I make damn good PB&Js. Well, my parents were adamant that I stay involved in the kitchen growing up so I could become self-sufficient. Because of that, I do know some home recipes, but I can probably make just about anything with a recipe in front of me. Now, I can't say it would be any good, just edible and recognizable. Wow, you are straight up like the jack of all trades, but instead of like being good at things, you're straight up just boring, Gabriel. I think you gotta have his interest. You're just the right type for her. Clover snickers to herself. Eva blushes and smacks Clover in the head with her book. Whatever, Clover. Anyone can appreciate a good cook. You're right, Gabe. The one problem I have with most protagonists, yeah, like, I get why they're doing it with Gabriel, right? Is because there's certain archetypes you want to meet. And him actually being a little interested in everything but not good at it gives him a way in. But still a place to learn. Or at least get it for this one. Other times it's just fucking blank slate, self-insert schlock. He actually has a good base, yeah. Like, he's got a way in. Whatever, Clover. Oh, I already read that. Sure, and all the better if you can make something for others to enjoy too. Conversations continue along those lines for a while until the bell rings, signaling us that we should wrap things up and make it to our next class. Okay, excuse me. Eva carefully puts a bookmark in her book and closes it, while Clover picks up her lunch items to prepare for their disposal. Guys, you want to know what I found? I was going through my books yesterday. I have, in one of my books, I still have my Aragorn movie bookmark from like the 4th grade. Like, it's used as shit, so I can't really sell it, but the sentimentality is powerful. I also played the video game. It was okay for a kid. I don't know how good it would be now, but I think it played like the Lord of the Rings games from back in the day. See you around, Gabe. Yeah, see ya. Eva also gives me a quick wave by, and I return the gesture with a similarly quick wave and smile. I pick up my stuff and start heading back to the building for our next class. Every other day we switch between two types of extracurricular classes. God, I'm illiterate. I was given a choice between a few different electives. Since I was a late transfer, physical education was mandatory default for one of them. For my remaining choice, it became a toss-up between music and art for me. Oh yeah, you already mentioned it was music, right? And since I don't have any artistic bone in my body, the one skill I do not have, I figured I would try music. At least, I'm not very good at it. I can try to blend and even lip sync. Dude, this is what happened to me. When I was in like the 3rd grade, our music teacher, sweet lady, I hate her fucking guts for this, okay? It was, she would like kind of pseudo practice with all of her music classes, and the best class mandatorily got signed up to do a performance for all the parents. I was a shy, quiet little kid. I hated it so much. I didn't get a chance to say no, by the way. And so I just like quietly lip sync the whole thing. That night was such a blur because I just wanted it over with. How old were you? I think I was in the 3rd grade, so I was about 9 years old. I think. Yeah. Because you're typically 10 in the 4th grade. Fuck that. It was definitely the same. You know, if I was given the option, they probably knew given the option, every single 9-year-old would turn it down. Never been to a school that has any other than band class as an elective. So this was an interesting experience. Hopefully it won't be like every other band class where every student thinks it's optional and when they do go, it reeks of sex and weed. As I look around, I find a room of people I don't recognize. Even more interestingly, people of various grades. Since the students are distributed between the various electives, I guess they have a mix of different grades of students for this sort of thing. Oh, hey! I do spy a familiar face among the crowd, however. Arya is standing around in the corner on her phone as usual. Girl, are you just like a constant stream of like inspiration? Can I get me like a cup of that? Just a cup. I approach her casually as I wade through the other students. Girl, you ever see Twin Peaks? You ever just think of just like typing in, like speaking into a tape recorder? Hey. Hey. Guess they mix grades for a lot of the electives, huh? Yeah, I suppose. So, you play guitar, right? Are you in a band or anything? Maybe. Depends on who's asking. Yo, girl, you like King Diamond? Who knows? I could be a music producer out scouting your talent. Or just a student trying to get to know his fellow classmates. Oh, I'd probably say screw off to the first one, so I guess it's better than... Oh, you're one of those, huh? Probably more boring than the former, but yep, you got me. Arya eyes me up and down as if analyzing me for the first time. Arya, I cover my eyes. What color are my eyes? That's a funny quip. When her eyes return to my face, she smirks slyly to herself. I feel as if I passed some unknown test. Yeah, I'm in a band, but we haven't been able to play as much since most of them graduated high school last year. Ah, cool. So they're a bit older? Are you guys planning to go full time after you escape high school? I actually have a valid excuse for failing that test. That's the dream. But we're obviously not there yet. Seeing as I'm still stuck here. And they're working at local stores downtown. Such is the fate of local bands. Sometimes, I mean. I hope you guys make it after all. I just, it's usually a steep road up. Uh-huh. No, that wasn't the best way I could have handled that conversation. I don't know why she makes me nervous like that. She doesn't really intimidate me or anything, I think. It must be because she's a senior while I'm a junior. I see, you too like older women. So, what kind of stuff are you into? Stuff? Like music? Arya keeps looking at me, waiting for an answer. Oh, I listen to kind of a lot of things, I'm a bit eclectic. Like, I got that from my father. Like, there'll be like a playlist where there's like Cannibal Corpse, and then next thing you know, there's like, a little bit of Kaja Gugu, you know me. A little bit of everything. Listen to some Red Rider, and then next thing you know, I swapped to my Michael Bublé, and then I swapped to my King Diamond. It's I'm a bit of a chaos theory, There's Michael Bublé singing about the warm summer wind and passing by. And then next thing you know, King Diamond singing a song about a couple being damned because they had sex in a graveyard. I'm crazy like that, Have you ever tried checking out local bands and supporting them? Oh, you know, I'd love to, but you know, I hate the smell of piss and stale beer. Stopped by a battle of the bands in middle school. Okay, technically I was eating outside at a restaurant with my family in the festival. Happened to be playing across the street. Does that count? Do you happen to remember any of the names of the bands that were playing that day? Are you fucking gatekeeping me right now? Are you a Mill fan? Oh yeah, you're a King Diamond fan? Name 15 of their songs. Maybe? I think so. If I think about it, I might remember. Can I remember the name of any bands playing? Revolting Ninja Pirates, Extravagant Extortion, Unity High Band. Well, that just sounds like a fucking comedy band. That sounds like a hippie band. Extravagant Extortion. They were pretty in your face. Yeah, I don't think that band counts as indie. And it's definitely not a local band. Are you sure you know what you're talking about? It must just be a popular metal band I've heard about. I'm sure it was one of them. Guess I can't fool her. Honest. Yeah, pick which of these made up fucking bands is the real indie band, poser. Honestly, I really don't know much. Truth be told, I didn't actually attend it. It's more like I heard it from across the street while I was eating with my family. I'm willing to learn more about local bands, however. There's always room on my playlist for some new interesting music. Now I'm just reminded of that day I was like at the drive-thru with this old woman, and God bless her heart. She wouldn't stop talking, but God bless her heart, because I felt so bad for her. Her husband passed away previously in the year, and she was gonna go, afterwards she ended up finding like a bunch of people online and found like a community of like music she enjoyed, and unfortunately her allergies hit her really fucking hard, and she had to cancel her trip in a group meetup. She did give me like a list of bands. It was like Johnny Space and the Outlaws. Oh no, it was Johnny Space and the Alchemist. That's what it was. So yeah, you know, I can get into this with Arya. Fanged Freaks played there for that year, by the way. That wasn't even an option. And how do you know where I was talking about? The bass player for that band is in our band now, and currently my best friend. She was only with them during her freshman year, but crazy story she told me about them. I guess I should have told the truth from the beginning. Seems she doesn't mind my ignorance after all, if I'm willing to be open with her. Oh, by the way, speaking of bands, you'll have to let me listen to some of your stuff sometime. Yeah, maybe sometime. Just then the music teacher makes his entrance into the room. Ari and I take our spots near the rest of the students. Music teacher directs us in vocal exercise to get us started. I do my best to mimic what everyone else is doing. After the warm-up, the music teacher hands out a few pages of sheet music for us to sing. Fortunately, I know this one since it's a pretty common hymn that we sing in my church back home. I feel pretty confident about singing along, even though this version is split up into 4 parts. I do my best to blend in, but it's really the first time I'm singing with other people in a group setting like this. There's something weird that happens when I'm singing in harmony with others. It's hard to explain, but it's like my soul is warm and comes out of my chest to join with others in the duration of the song. I don't think I'll regret my decision to join this music class. Meanwhile, as I'm singing along with others, my ears perk up a lot. Wait, My ears pick up a lot of the other students' voices. Arya's in particular is quite striking. She, like me, appears to be trying to blend in with the crowd, but I can tell that her voice is something different. It sings out crystal clear and perfect pitch with a little pinch of something unique to it that I can't quite put my ear on. Not that I've heard her play guitar yet, but she sounds like she's quite suited for being a vocalist at least. Are you pulling the Amon Amarth trick? How do you get your voice like that? Whiskey and salt and vinegar chips every day. If she does sing with them, I wonder if she uses a different vocal style for a band. A fellow bandmate of hers was in one called Fanged Freaks. I don't think it's actually going to be suited for the hymns, my brother. I can't imagine a voice like her singing Screamo or anything that hardcore. Maybe it could have something to do with the inherent qualities of being a daywalker. After class, as the choir members are dispersing, I approach Arya again, intending to compliment her vocal skills, but she slips away before I can get to her. For now, I must move on with my day and go to my next class. And just like that, the rest of the day goes by in the blink of an eye. And the final bell rings at the end of the day, I'm reminded of the bet that was sort of made. Yes! It has something to do with the contest we had. Sarah and Wren are really competitive, it seems. And since our team lost, I think Wren said I have to check out the martial arts club after school. Either way, it's not like I'm obliged to go to either. Though I'd feel bad I got her hopes up. If I don't feel like I'm going to be joining a physical activity, I'm sure they wouldn't take it personally. However, I could be missing out on an opportunity to get to know them better. Oh, so it didn't matter. I got my ass blasted for no reason. As usual. Although I guess it's just a little more positive for what I want to go to. Obviously, we need to go learn to defend ourselves. I want like at least 20 episodes of our Kenichi the Mighty Disciple rip-off. Probably the most unique sport that I'm even remotely interested in. On top of that, I like to see how Wren performs against the other person. I just want Wren to just like pin me to the ground and twist my arm behind my back. I saw her the other day warming up with her club mates, but I never actually got to see her first. Oh, and I also want to beat my Shark Boy rival. I'm pretty hyped to see how she performs, honestly. If I decide to join, I hope my body can keep up with my spirit. I arrived at the field and track area, like Wren specified earlier. I wonder if they ever have gym space too, or if they just prefer training outdoors. You gotta get that soft ground. All the martial arts club members are in the designated tearaway fighting area, complete with the coated form padding on the ground. Right now, it appears they're in the middle of sparring practice. Groups of 2 are fighting it out in each section, with a few people outside the ring waiting for their turn. Oh, hell yeah! Among the groups of fighters, I see Wren sparring with the tall guy who seems to be holding his own against her. I approach the area and take a seat in the nearby bleachers to watch. Wren takes a kickboxing stance, one foot in front of the other, which is far back behind her, keeping her balance. Her fists are up in front of her, enabling her to block every blow that comes her way. Out of the blue, she lifts her leg up high above her shoulder and kicks her opponent in the side of the head. Holy shit. Do that to me next. What an impressive kick. I wouldn't want to be on the receiving end, don't you lie. Her opponent stumbles back but recovers quickly. Comes back to face her, his fist also in front of his face, ready to swing. He jabs forward at her, getting a few good blows on her side before going in for the grapple. Looks like he gains the upper hand until Wren gets the better of his balance and flips him over her shoulder straight into the ground. After a while, it's Wren's turn to take a break. Not long after, she notices me on the bleachers and calls out to me. Yo. I wave a hand. Wait. I wave back as she heads towards me, sweat pouring over her face and neck. Yo, working hard, I see? Every day. So you decided to come after all. Oh, I did lose the bet that I was forced into, after all. Besides, martial arts seems pretty cool. I figured I would check it out. Good to hear. So you ready to try it out, or...? I just came to watch today. Just to see what kind of stuff you guys do. Okay, but don't hesitate too long. I don't want to see you atrophy before you make up your mind. I don't think it'll take me that long to decide. Besides, I think I'm already feeling the burn from watching you guys sweat out there. If you say so. So, what do you typically do to keep yourself in shape? You don't appear to be the type that veggies out in front of the TV or computer. But you don't seem to have much muscle either. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult. I think she means well by it, however. I mean, I have a basic morning workout routine. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats. Nothing too intense. Although, I can improve my diet a bit, I guess. This motherfucker... Were you lying earlier, motherfucker? I thought you said you ate healthy. Dialogue tree. I can help with that if you truly care to improve yourself. The kind of things you typically eat on a day-by-day basis. I really wish you didn't ask me this, because right before I started streaming, I killed so many fucking fruit snacks. Dude, I had a real craving for fruit snacks last night. And so I was like, alright, hey boss, I'm gonna go on the store and get something real quick. And lo and behold, yeah, it was Welch's fruit snacks, motherfucker. And so there was like a big sale on, like, you know what, I'm getting me more than one bag. And I fucking destroyed those things like an animal. I was like Phillian out there. Oh, my day isn't. Anyways, enough about the fruit snacks, Wren. My diet isn't a thing I'm necessarily proud of, but it's something I can improve. What does my day-to-day diet consist of? How, on a scale of 1 to Chie, how tomboy are you? Well, I may not eat the healthiest, but I do eat lots of meat. I tend to get as much protein as possible with each meal. Chicken, beef, eggs, you name it. Man after my own heart. You still need to watch out though. Some meats can be too greasy, especially if it's fried. Oh my god, she's blushing. Plus, too much red meat is apparently not great for your heart. But I'm not a doctor, so what do I know? It's not gonna stop me from enjoying it. I'm not sure if I care to take a diet advice from a fellow high schooler, but I don't know enough to refute it either. Besides, she seems fit enough to know what she's doing for herself at least. She managed to lose like 30 pounds this year just by cutting out soda and pastries. Nice. Keeping up protein helped. Right on. Right on. I'm not against constructive criticism, I suppose. If I do join, I'll probably need a lot of work on my diet and workout routine before I spar with someone like you. Wren laughs at this. Does she find it amusing that I think I have a chance, or is she just happy that I'm willing to work on myself? We've all got areas to improve on. Don't take it personally. Just make sure I just make it my business to help anyone on the team improve. I want what's best for everyone here. That's what teamwork is for. Elevating each other to our highest potential. I gotta say, she's really selling this to me. Camaraderie seems to be lacking among people in general these days. No better way to improve it than lifting up your fellow man, or girl in her case. It's about to be my time to spar again, but do you have any questions for me about martial arts club before I head back? Nothing in particular, but if I come up with anything, I'll let you know. Sounds good. Well, keep up the workouts, and maybe push a little bit further every day. I'll keep that in mind. Wren jogs back to her sparring circle and tags a new person in with her. Hey Wren, you wanna come back to my place and watch wrestling? Maybe some kung fu movies? I watched for a bit, amazed at her form. Never seems to lose a fight. Wonder if there's any real competition for her here, or if she's has a rival at another school somewhere. Oh god, no, she's got the Nimona, like, problem. The problem is she's too good, now she has no challenge. Which, I gotta say this about Nimona from Pokemon. For everyone saying, like, she's this crazy yandere, fuck off. Nimona is like, okay. Barring the many flaws of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the writing for that game actually was kind of good on a individual character level. I felt so bad for Nimona. She's just always so excited because there's someone that actually can like push her for once. She's just obsessive enough. Yeah, well, it's not that I don't think she's obsessive. It's like, how do I put it? It's like when like someone gets a little bit too excited because they finally have someone to show their interest that they love so much. Or maybe not like an interest, like a game or a book, right? That's just Nimona. Because like nobody can like... I think they straight up say like no one ever wants to challenge her anymore. And then suddenly here comes, you know, Chad Thundercock new guy, Florence or whatever. Florian or whatever the female's name is. And they're like, yo, you want to battle? Oh damn, that was great, you beat me. Hey, you want to battle again? Wait, you actually want to battle again? Fuck yeah. I like Nimona. She's I'm a big fan of Hira Nikos. She's like one of my top waifus from Ruby. And her whole problem was she was such a prodigy that she got put on a pedestal. Like, damn, Pyrrha, you're like Miss Invincible. I bet everyone's beating... I bet you're beating everyone off with a stick when it comes to prom. Actually, no one asked me. Apparently, I'm too intimidating. Even though I try not to be. Like all this characters, even the headmaster, he was hilarious. Yeah, dude. I didn't like Penny at first, but I started liking Penny. And I mean, granted, all the copious cute amount of art of her kind of helped, but... And then, what's his name? The son with the dog. He's like the food quest guy. Dude, his story made me cry. It's just like he wants to get his dog to be better. Like, goddamn. Arvin, that's it. Like, Arvin, you're just a good boy. Just like your dog. It's so damn good, yeah, man. Oh god. And then Arvin's got a real hot mom. Fuck you all. Pokemon Scarlet is where it's at. Why be an edgelord that dresses in purple when you can A, be in badass manly Scarlet and then go stare at a fucking sexy cave woman chick? Anyways, enough of that tangent. After some time, I make up my mind to head back to the dorms and catch up on my reading assignment. Watch, this is gonna be like, okay, now remember this second. Scarlet's just objectively better. Yeah, it doesn't also have like the cooler mon too. Fuck y'all, I'm a rebel. Pokemon Heart, well, okay, Soul Silver's nice. I ended up playing Soul Silver, but other than that, you know, it's just like I pick all the fiery colors. Pokemon Sun, Digimon Dawn. I mean, like, I get Pokemon Moon, right? It's like cool bat thing, and it's nice and it's edgy. But fucking sun-powered galactic lion. It's so cool. And the same with like Pokemon Dawn or Digimon Dawn and Dusk, which we might go back to playing as well before Time Stranger comes out. It's like, yeah, okay, Dianamon is really cute, right? It's like woman in armor with like twin-headed Scythe Moon aesthetic, or flaming fucking Lion Man. Lion is just Metagross. You take that back, you motherfucker. It's a fucking lion. That's badass. Symbol of power and pride. As opposed to a weird fucking shaped bat thing. Feels like, wait, does it have clear body? Wait, really? I don't know. Okay, this is one thing I will say about the lion. I'm pulling up fucking Pokemon database, by the way. It's really weird that he's not a fire type. I'll give it that. That's my one drawback. Like, dude, why are you not a fucking fire type? Fire Steel, that sounds sick. Psychic Fire, that I'm pretty sure that got banned. Where the fuck is it on here? I would assume it would be the last one, but no, it's Tapu Fini. Come on. Control F, Soul. I'm sorry, Detour again. I know this happened with Love at First Sight, but now instead Digimon, we're talking about fucking Pokemon. Because we're all a bunch of fucking nerds here. Alright. There's an alchemist symbol on a lion eating the sun. That's metal as hell. Soul. There you... Why are you... Full metal body. What's this? Prevents other Pokemon from lowering its stats. Oh, hell yeah. Oh god, why am I stuck? I think... Oh god, there it goes. Nice, nice. It's a physical attacker. Love to see it. Oh, it's Metagross. Is the bat thing also not just Metagross? No, wait, it's ghost type. What the fuck? Multi-scale. Reduces damage when HP is full. That... I think only kind of works once. At least it wasn't like the dumb one of... This is like a stat I always hate. It's... Reduces damage when your HP is low. That's great. Only problem, my HP is low. So if I get hit, I'm probably gonna fucking die anyways. Fucking blue tearstone ring bullshit. It can heal. Does it have like heal moves, or are you gonna be that super soaker bitch? Oh, it's got Dream Eater, okay. Look, it's got Dream Eater. Moongeist Beam, though, that sounds actually kind of sick. Ignores target's ability. Oh, it's got Moonlight? Oh yeah, it does got Moonlight, too. Okay. Okay, I like that. As long as it's got, like, a general strategy, I'm a fan. That's why I like, Pokemon Cyber Sleuth so much. Why was my team so crazy? Because I paid attention to everyone's passives and I took basically no fucking damage. Like the final big bad boss, right? He's like powered up that move and I like, took like half my health against all my guys. Just because I was so tanky. What do you do? Noble roar. Roar. That makes sense. You get solar beam. Out of left field a little bit with a grass move, but I guess that makes sense. Wide guard, you get impact. I think you're just a beat stick, which Sun Steel Strike. Hell yeah. Like it's got like all these like sun based moves and you're gonna tell me, oh actually he's a psychic steel type, not a psychic fire type. That's that one. That one gets me. I'll give you that one. This fucking thing. I hate it on this background because its head is basically non-existent. Alchemy thing is the symbol for iron. Okay, then make it like fire steel. I don't know why he has to be a psychic type. I guess just like the cosmos relating to the psychic, but at the same time, the fucking sun, motherfucker. Do you praise it? Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to get technical too, it's like you can also associate the moon with like water or ice. But no, I get it. Fucking Ghost Lord. Buzzswole. They had some interesting base. I'm just now realizing that I want to know like the person at Game Freak that was like, okay guys, what are we gonna do for our Pokemon game that's based in Hawaii? Guy raises his hand. What if we get like really Lovecraftian with it? Like, what if we get like Eldritch Horror in a little bit of this? Shit. Are you ready for a crazy theory? Pattern hit me with it. It's Game Freak. That has some really weird mythology. He just screams. It's so good. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm not a fan of Toucanon. I don't like the way he looks at me. Oh, you think Lily's a fucking Nihiligo? Oh, that's right, I forgot I'm in Gen fucking 4. Or Gen whatever. Going over here. There's Ramona, and look at Lucamane. God bless Lucamane. She's like, what, like 40? And she still got it going on. Just Lily's mom's got it going on. This generation, I know every new generation is like, it sucks. But like, I'm really not feeling this generation. The latest generation. Where is that motherfucker? I know they're in here. Okay, but maybe like Cerule, like the Charcadet, that's actually cool. Circuitry. Where is that piece of shit? You can't hide from me. there you are, you little shit. Fuck this thing. It's just a flamingo. And the worst part is this thing's like actually kind of good. Try to make it even worse. And then where's fucking Sushi Boy? Like okay, the bit was kind of funny. It's like, we need to find the legendary water dragon. Wait, this is it? But like, it's just a piece of sushi. And then these ones, I get why they named them like this. Because they're basically just robots in like a lab, but at the same time, like, what the fuck? You gave them fucking placeholder names, my brother. It's like when like you hear like leaked documents and like a game dev team and like project like Lazarus. That's basically what it is. I mean, Iron Hands is legitimately like kind of cool looking, but at the same time, I'd rather have my boy Hariyama. And then where's the other ones? Oh, they're just like up here. Man, they really wanted to do something with this one. They gave him 2 forms. Slitherwing is crazy. Well, I mean, it's based off Volcarona, so that checks out. Photosynthesis. Raises highest stat in harsh sunlight, or if holding booster energy. It's basically poster child for Paradox. Yeah, that dolphin was really weird. I'm not gonna lie, the superhero angle was so hard on that one, it almost didn't feel like a Pokemon to me. You know, it's like most of them is like, it's like an animal or like a mythology creature, right? That one was straight up just like, it reminds me of, do you guys ever see in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX where like Jaden like drew his own Yu-Gi-Oh! Like his own Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards? That's what it kind of reminds me of. Granted, that was also like elemental. Jaden was all about the elemental heroes, but what the fuck is Fluttermane? Smug Mischievous. Damn, its stats. Those are some clean stats, my brother. Only weak to Ghost and Steel. Interesting. Are there any other Ghost Fairy types? Hold on. Ghost. Yes, Mimikyu. The Pokemon where you just constantly snap its neck. Let's see here. Wilson. Most of these aren't even from this generation. Gravehound. This thing had like a special move, right? Yeah, Last Respects. Increases the more party members that have been defeated. Fuck this. Fuck that. Like, it's a cool idea, admittedly. Okay, Tigaton is also kind of sick. Like, it's a cool idea, but at the same time, don't expect people to not abuse the shit out of that every single time. They gave a little respect to my boy Tauros. And then where's the one? Oh, also fucking Mousehold. We will beat you to death. Which I talked about in EO5. Where you kill like 12 wraiths in a turn. It's basically that, you know. Okay. I'll at least say this. There are several mods in here, including this one, where they got a little crazy with the moves, and I kind of like that. hands-on Pokemon of it's just a reviver and you can only use it once. That's really cool. I like that. The fucking household though, we will beat you to death. It is really adorable. Look at that thing. Look how happy he is. That's a happy guy. He's satisfied with his place in life as a healer. Household. Combat breed Taurus, where it's like dog fighting, but instead of dog fighting, we use bowls. Household's the mafia. Dude, I was there when the Mousehold meta came by, and then everyone had to have like a Garchomp with them. Because I knew a guy, like he like pretended like he was like any remotely competitive in terms of like Pokemon. In reality, he just did whatever the meta was, and that's all I ever fucking saw when he played. Like, damn, this is actually kind of boring, because it's everyone using the same 5 fucking Pokemon. But Hawk, they use like there's like a. You can have 6 Pokemon, I know. Tinkaton was funny. Thorn. The hammer Pokemon. Oh, it's so sad with his heel hammer. No. And he get real angry with his big hammer. Take 1/5 of your health each time you hit me. Yeah, I remember Therathorn also hearing that one was kind of scary. And then those ones though, I don't really think there's like any like crazy ones. The starters were kind of cool. I mean, it's Masquerada. Like, I know what y'all are thinking, like, Hawk, you would 100% go with Masquerada. Incorrect. Because I hate the combination of Dark Grass. Look how many weaknesses this bitch has. I got burned with Cacturn. And I was like, no, never again. It gets protein? What's protein? Is that like a move? Ability? Motherfucker, it has... Oh, I see what you mean. The hidden ability, which I know nothing about. Changes the Pokemon's type. What? Okay, what are hidden abilities? Are they just like abilities they have that they just never state? I don't understand what it is. Introduced in Gen 5, that explains why I know nothing. Alternate possible ability. Look, man, I already have problems trying to get like to recreate my first ever starter of being a female Torchic, to the point of if I have to also re-roll that, I'm gonna blow my brains out. I might pick this one, but at the same time, I can't say its name. It's like Quavel or whatever. Naturally, I would have to name it Mirror B. Usually only obtained through special means, not through re-rolling. Okay, that makes me a little happier. Because boy howdy, I saw someone like trying to get a shiny starter, and he did that with every game. He sat, I shit you not, he sat in call for an hour and a half just re-rolling to get a shiny starter. Like, dude, just stop. Stop, you're hurting yourself. It's not worth it. You're actively not having fun doing this. Just pick the baby you're given, love them and nurture them, and they will love you back. It's like if we do the randomized run, right, and I get an oddish. I'm gonna love that little oddish with all my heart. We might re-roll it though if it's a male. I'll just say that. Anyone no femboys in the group? I gotta keep the femboy rabbit hole as far away as possible. I also just now realized. Hi, I'm back. I looked over. This one's cool too though. His first form's kind of dumb looking. In fact, his second form is even kind of dumber looking. But Bayou Ghost Crocodile is pretty powerful. Signature move is crazy. Torch Song. I think I remember hearing about this. Oh, it just straight up just says raises special attack. But Coco is pretty adorable. He's a little too silly for me. But he's not as bad as his next stage evolution. So derpy. Fucking Quaxley. What special move do you have, Quaquaville? Whatever your name. I'm just gonna call you Mirabee. Aqua Step. Raises user speed 100% chance. Okay. You're a little crazy. And wait, you're a physical attacker? Oh my god. Yeah. This might be like one of the few times I actually pick a water starter. Let me actually... We're gonna get the over-under on this. Okay, Gen 1. Grass type. Grass starter. Gen 2 grass starter. Gen 3 fire starter. Gen 4 grass starter. I didn't realize how many of these I would pick just a grass starter. Holy shit. I thought it'd be a little bit toss up between fire and grass. Gen 6 fire starter. No, I don't want to hear anything about it. Gen 7. I'm torn between Decidueye and Incineroar. Only because I know what they did with Incineroar. They made another fire fighting type and then they realized, guys, they can't keep memeing on us like this. They've already called it. It's a heal wrestler, so it's actually a fire dark type. Fuck off. So I guess grass type, because Owl Archer's sick. And then 100% of the time, our boy Sobble. Congratulations, Sobble. You were the first water starter I chose out of everything. Because Incinerate is everyone's favorite, and it's obviously... Guys, do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get that it's the UK? It's totally the UK, guys. You know why? Because they love their soccer. Actually unique, and that's the only starter that changes type. Yeah. Rillaboom's cool too, but we go from our sad little boy to fucking international lizard of mystery that shoots with his fingers. And then when he does his little mega shit, hold on. He straight up just becomes a sniper. And it still becomes his perch. Look at him, he's not messing around. Talion's the best. As many problems as Sword and Shield had, I did legitimately kind of like Sword and Shield. The story was ass, though. Story made no sense. Story wasn't I can tell you how they made the story for that. That game's story was, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens, this happens. Okay, we've got these big points. How do we connect the lines to them? They have to like we have to actually like write the in-between points. Ah, shit. Face is menacing. Yeah, Gmax is stupid. I did the Pierce things. Or I did the Pierce thing when I played by myself. And I never Gigantamaxed her. And I still won. Even against Leon, who had like one of the wildest like difficulty spikes ever. I say that because then Pokemon BDSM came out. And then Cynthia just had the craziest fucking spike. Like, you could play that game blind with paddles for hands and still get up to Cynthia. No problem. Still easier than Cynthia, even in OG. Yeah, it was more the whiplash, right? It's like you curve stomp through the entire thing, and all of a sudden here comes Leon giving you like a decent challenge. Toxtricity is sick. My boy Obstagoon. Love Obstagoon. Funny how when they remake, like redo Pokemon, they end up like just turning like all the normal types into dark types. B4 does the same thing, BDSM, having perfect IVs and EVs and items and movesets. Yeah. Actually, didn't people like break the game open and find out that Cynthia had like hacked Pokemon in Pokemon BDSM? Like their stats or something like didn't make sense. Like, oh, that's very cool of you, Game Freak. Very cool. You're a filthy fucking cheater, Cynthia. You only got away with it because you're super hot. This bitch. God's greatest mistake. Eternius is just straight up just an alien. What is this thing? I hate it. It reminds me of him from Powerpuff Girls. The love-hate Pokemon. Oh, hey Kazuki, you caught us in a massive tangent where we just fell down talking about Pokemon. Third legendary in a row to be just an alien, yeah. Yeah, I knew like a guy that was like super into Sneasler's. Like, me and Sneasler's so sick. Okay, I guess. Fighting Poison's a sick combination. Actually, what is Fighting Poison weak to? Ground, Flying, and Psychic ×4. That's pretty good. And cutscenes from Metal Gear Solid 4. I forgot how good some of the fight choreography was. I'm not a fan of Metal Gear. I think Kojima's a hack. This opportunity for Poison Ice. Is there not a Poison Ice type? Hold on. No. Okay. He was just very particular about... No, it's like he has the fucking political mindset of a 14-year-old. He's not that good at storytelling, I think. Like, okay. Some of the fights where, like, you have to, like, unplug your controller and play in the 2-player slot because Psycho Mantis is actively reading your controller inputs and dodging, that's kind of cool. Having the bomb defusal codes on the disc of the game, that's a little bit dated, but that was a cool idea. That doesn't necessarily make him fucking Jesus, though, like everyone paints him as. I didn't even, like... Okay, some of these are straight up just from Arceus. I'm glad they did something with Ursaring. Blood Moon. Ursaring and Stantler, I'm glad they did some with them. Those ones were always like... They're just kind of there. Overt super soldier story. Well, no, because everyone makes it like this like deep thing, right? Of like... human society. Like, he basically like made Twitter a fucking plot point. You know, memes, the DNA of the soul, that kind of shit. It wasn't that great. Don't even get me started about the fucking Armstrong fight in Revengeance. That fight goes on for way too fucking long because it's just one big fucking cutscene for like 40 minutes and then you get to actually play the game. Cleavor. Yeah, that's the thing, like, just make a fucking movie at that point, Kojima. Oh, wait, no, because what's gonna happen is all your weird shit of, like, making all the women dress down naked in front of you for mocap, even though it's not necessary. You still do that shit. Fuck out of here. So, guys... what random famous Hollywood person do you think Kojima's gonna bring to the VGAs this year? And then he's gonna say is their friend. Why it was his last... You do realize that Death Stranding came out after that, right? What is, like, Cosmog's evolutions? Oh. That's, Oh. I guess they had to technically give it something, huh? Unfortunate. I hate mons like that. Like, dude, you really gonna make me bust my balls that long for something like that? Yo, Pass Simeon though. Pass Simeon sick. You guys ready to play some football? Wait, what does receiver do again? Will inherit the ability of a teammate in a double battle when it faints. This one is... I don't like this because it's so specific. A teammate needs to die specifically in a double or triple battle. Cosmog is never actually usable before you have the ability to evolve it. Oh, that's right, because after this, Nintendo decided that you don't get to keep all your favorite mons anymore. In fact, we're gonna start charging you to keep them. Pay up, bitch. So fucking dirty. And of course, you know, this is also after they make this thing like, yeah, we future-proofed our Pokemon for Sun and Moon, so because we realized in the future we'd have to remake them all. So we just did it now, and did it in a style that would be ported over easily. Fuck off, Game Freak. How is it? Dirty DLC has been a thing forever. No, what I'm referring to is the Pokemon Bank, where they charge you actual money to keep your Pokemon in the bank, and if you don't pay up once a month, they delete them. Oh, what's that? You pour it over your Absol because it's a shiny Absol your dead friend gave you before he died of cancer because it was both your favorite Pokemon? Shame it's not gonna pour it over, it's just gonna sit in the box. You better pay up, bitch. That's an actual story, by the way. That was in a news article. And how do you not bring fucking Absol? Like, out of all, like, the ones you keep porting over because they're fan favorites, you don't get Absol? I'm not even that much of a fan of Absol. It's more the matter of the point. Oh, Fugi's going down. There. Oh, that's not good. Okay, I think it fixed itself. It did not, in fact, fix itself. There we go. There was like a little server error for some reason. Fixed it. Where is it? I want to bring this point up. Oh, Gen 5, that's when Pokemon became shit. That's when all the mons started sucking. Look, this was just a pair of fucking keys. First of all, everyone used those pair of keys. Second of all, what the fuck are you talking about? Zebstrika, Gigalith, my boy Conkeldurr, Scolipede, Crocodile, my boy Scoregi, Cofagris, Garbodor, Zoroark, Escavalier, Therathorn, Electros, Chandelure, Beartic, all these ones massively used in all the other games, by the way. My boy Big O Golurk, Bisharp, Braviary, Volcarona. I don't know what all those people are talking about. This generation is sick. Like, yeah, okay, there's some like hits, but I refer you to Dick in the Ground evolving into 3 Dicks in the Ground. This is just a Pokeball. This is just a crab. Like, this is just a seahorse, guys. And let's also not forget they actually had like a good story they were trying to tell. Pokemon Black and White, teaching you that maybe things aren't black and white. Like, okay, yeah, this one's just a dove. But there's like so many good ones. These ones here are admittedly more of a gimmick. Liepard, I see Liepard a lot in other games. I really wish he wasn't a fighting type. Oh wait, wasn't Victini pre-order? How do you get Victini? Liberty Island. What's Liberty Island? It's literally just Victini, huh? Requires Liberty Pass event time item. Or item. Let me guess, that event is no longer viable. Did they learn nothing from Celebi? Celebi, for everyone that doesn't know, is the reason why they stopped saying gotta catch 'em all. Because after that limited time event that happened once, you couldn't catch them all anymore because Celebi, that's how you got Celebi. I'm talking official. I think Pokejam is just like you just make it, right? Because that's what it sounds like. Doesn't count. Because Nintendo won't let you do it. It's fucking stupid. then again, what's new for Nintendo, especially now with like their key cards and shit? Where like the actual Japanese government's like saying, hold up, you guys need to fucking chill. Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, and Darkrai. Wait, was Deoxys not like something you can just get in the game? I thought that was like the in-game stuff. Wait, what? Oh my god. Nintendo! Oh my god, you can literally only get Deoxys in 2 games. You think Nintendo... I shouldn't say Nintendo. You think Game Freak... I need to really differentiate between the two. No one ever talks about Game Freak, I feel. At least... Nintendo and Game Freak are interchangeable for when a lot of people have conversations about it. You think Game Freak understands that there's someone out there... Or how should I phrase this? Every Pokemon is at least one person's favorite Pokemon. Like, I feel like people like oh haha big surprise, but in reality I feel like I do like legitimately surprise people when I say Nidoqueen is my favorite Pokemon, because I mean it doesn't matter now just because you just get all the moves realistically, no problem, but I like Nidoqueen because it's one of those mons where like if you pay attention to when exactly to level it, I think it was like level 42. It becomes a straight monster. And it's a very rewarding when you learn about it. Clowitzer is my favorite water type. Okay, what about Illinois? Let's learn about that one. If I can... Illumis? Oh, dude, absolutely for this one. It's the counterpart to Volbeat, and it's named after a metal band? This thing's cute. And it's kind of like a little partner one. I can totally see, like... Now, I'm getting in the human element here, so it's going to be a bit chaotic with my reasoning. I can totally see, like... Volbeat and Illumis, or however you say this, absolutely being like the couple or the friend Pokemon, because they're like partnered. Then Inyam. I mean, this is just like a beautiful design in all honesty. Honestly, what's Storm Drain? Draws in water moves. It's got good passives. Swift Swim and Storm Drain, those are really good. It's got decent speed, so it can be a speedy boy. To a shiny Lunatone and Ruby. Oh, that's sick. I like Lunatone. That's another one of those like partner ones. Gen 3 had like a lot of like partner Pokemon. I forgot that one was Gen 4. And just double... Yeah, double battles was sick. Actually has way more strategy into it. Let's see here. Oh, who was it? It was one of the guys from Team 4 Star. Where like he said Fearow was his favorite Pokemon. Because... one of his quote-unquote friends tricked him saying he caught a Ho-Oh and was willing to trade it for like a really good Pokemon. And so he's like, yeah. And he's like, wait, this isn't Ho-Oh. And so he ended up using it and it carried him pretty good, I think, from what he said. That's why Fearow is his favorite. Admittedly, Gen 2 isn't that great. Just, I don't think so. There's not like a lot of good mons here. They introduced Dark, which was nice. They definitely needed that balance because Psychic was fucking broken. But other than that, like everything's like a 2 evolution type thing for the most part. Gen 3, 4, and 5 are my favorites. Yeah, Gen 3 is definitely my favorite. That's a little biased though. I really got into it in Gen 3. Yeah, the steel types are good. The Gen 2 introduced Steel and Dark, and they did a really good job with those types too. I will admit that. They came in swinging with their new types that they added. Steelix is fucking amazing. I love Steelix. The Onyx line is just so cool. It's just a giant rock snake. He is objectively the best in terms of content. I don't know, man. I can kill people with my guide to Pokemon Platinum. It is a thick boy. It's like that scene in like one of the John Wick movies where he kills somebody with a book. Yeah, I could do that with that game guide. It's a little floppy, because it's basically just fancy paperback, but Platinum's base as fuck, yeah. Here's where they started like really getting into like the waifu mons was Gen 3. And a while if you're into that. Dude, my boy Sableye. God bless my Sableye. When I was doing a randomized run. Because when I was, like when you go before you fight the Elite Four, you just kind of like grind in Victory Road. Unfortunately, my Victory Road was randomized to have Claydol constantly spawn. And you might think like, Hawk, what's wrong with that? The Claydol spammed Explosion. And guess what? Explosion is a normal type move. Sableye took no damage from any explosions and he got to keep the XP. Oh man, dude, my Sableye was an American hero. Now whenever I think about him, I just imagine him having like the American flag bandana on his head. God bless that hero. Use Dusclops. Dusclops is cool too. I'm glad Dusclops got like a third evolution. I'm gonna actually save my game real quick. I'm gonna turn it off for a little bit so we get back into it. I'll just put our beats on. Yeah. Actually, I was in the and like the idea we have like a Pokemon tabletop group. My two options were just like a normal guy, just like realizing he never really lived for himself, so he's just gonna go on a Pokemon adventure, do something crazy. Just think that, but also combine that mentality with Brock. That's basically that. And then my other option was like basically a hex channeler that got haunted as a child and now wanders as an exorcist. Dusclops was actually one of the starter ideas I had for that. I had a few other ideas too, maybe like a bad boy that like I don't know, there's like some dude that like got him, like beat some sense into him before he like joined a gang. Now he wants to go find him and show him how much stronger he's become. Or just like a general like MacGuffin, like this is a fucking, I once saw a red Machamp, I want to go fight it one day. Was that one episode of Pokemon with the surfing Pikachu? Where the guy wanted to plant his flag on a rock because he had like surf up it? There's the boy. What level does Claydol learn Explosion? Hold on. Wait, why did you know at 55? What? Should Dell settle down with the frontier brain woman? There was a lot of women that were actually like into Brock. That's his curse though. He's like Ash. Although let's be real, hold on, let me find it real quick. Oh my god, my typing was atrocious. Let's see if I can find the image. Yep, found it. Clearly, out of all the women that Brock has known, Rogunk was best girl. Hands down. Cause there wasn't that like a thing with this Krogunk, like, you know, Krogunk was always like the slapstick comedy, like Brock hits on a girl and then gets jabbed in the stomach by Krogunk's poison jab. And then there's like that one episode of like, well, we have this app on our Watch that lets you see like how strong your bond is with your Pokemon. And Krogunk's with Brock was like off the charts. I'm gonna need that for research. Hold on, I got your back, buddy. You will let me in? Yes. Oh, there's more pictures, by the way. There you go. I always provide the sauce. What the hell is that embedded thing? Oh, that's probably, yeah, that's the guest. We don't need that. I ain't got no guests anymore. Grass Asamigo is what I do. Yeah, I love Pokemon Gajinkas. So good. I'm glad that was a big phase. I tell you, some of the best Gajinkas I saw were, like Gen 1 poison types. Like, Arbok had like a, kind of like an Arabian like dancer outfit. It was really good. Muck was just like a woman underneath like a big like shawl. Very good too. Into the hair ties, genius. Where most of the Pokemon are monster girls. Hell yeah, brother. That'll be our bit. Because I'm gonna pull it up just so you guys know. Is this it? I think this is the one. I bought a thing. This is Animon. It is a tabletop role-playing game inspired by Digimon and Pokemon. We could totally do a Monstergirl rendition of this. Because, here, I mean, obviously you got like your trainer classes, like the Delinquent, the Free Spirit, the Gamer, the Gentle Heart, the Grown-Up, the Kid, the Jock, things like that. Well, it's actually very open in terms of creating your companion, because you have 9 elements you can choose from. The biggest one that stands out to me obviously is Light, Dark, Mirage, and Light again. And then where is, like, you can give yourself like a special, you can add like attributes to your special move. You basically give yourself Pokemon abilities here that you come up with. You got your evolutions. I think I skipped it. Let's see here. Where is it? You can choose a different classification. So like Dragon, Beast, Avian, Insect, Plant, Aquatic, Celestial, Inferno, Machine, Fairy, Nightmare, and Unknown for those that don't fit in the category. fucking weeb. What's up, Kane? Wait. Wants to subject themselves to Yu-Gi-Oh! Amen, brother. Have Fakemon starters you could use as well. You're interested? Oh yeah, dude. I would love to see the inspiration. Because there's like so many ways you can like make a mon in this, right? It's like you have like the classification, then the element, and the special move. I would love to see what people come up with. Oh yeah, and then just like natures that like straight up just do not mean anything, but it's just good for like roleplay. And then let me get down here. This might not be it. The art in this is kind of good too. I like the polar bear one. The polar bear is nice. Is it? It's not here. I think it's... Here we go. Yeah, we got some like pre-builts here. We got Fire Dog. We got Sharkpedo. We got Worm made of bark. That kind of freaks me out. This one's cool. It's just a robot knight. We got a little bear with a propeller. Big Hachirisu. This one's kind of sick, and there's that one. Anyone who consumes Japanese media is a weeb, to be fair. Incorrect. Weeb is someone that like deeply steeps himself in the culture. Like to the point of it becomes obnoxious. Believe it or not, guys, weeb was supposed to be a slur. But then people just co-opted and just calling themselves that ironically. Arthur Cherry. Ooh. Knockroot. What the fuck is Skin Kendall? You have to show me those later in the Discord, Lex. Some of those sound kind of cool. Skink. Not skin. Oh yeah, I just read that wrong. I read Skink Kendall. Your Skikendall. Yeah, this is really cool. I would be excited to play this. The only problem is I've locked into Fabula Ultima and I need to finally sit down and fucking do something with that before I move on to another game. Yeah, pillars are statues. You're cool. Don't also buy a katana. Too many ideas. I think I've also got like... Yeah, I've got like play kits. This one is interesting. This is kind of like a pseudo campaign where you like build a home base. You're just like, you build the base and then you guys can just come back to it later. Figure collecting is also just incredibly expensive, yeah. I know my Oshi's been figure collecting and she's realized she's gotta like not. Like exploring the frontier kind of thing. That or just like establishing your home and then kind of building what you want with it. Because I think... I mean, obviously there's like different, like, let's just call them Animon for the sake of this. Or obviously they like have like certain places they like to be. So like dragon classification ones, like rocky mountainous areas. And I think your classification of Animon actually lets them like get like a speech bonus. Or like a disposition bonus to others of their kind. You know, beasts, they like fields and grasslands. Avians, like skyward environments. Insects like dense jungles and forests. Plants, woodlands, and gardens. Aquatic is water. Celestials are just like shrines and temples. It's infernal. Oh, Wastelands and Volcanoes, aka a place where it's always shitty. Industrial and urban. Various like supernatural environments like Enchanted Woods. What about nightmares? Ominous environment. Okay, abandoned houses are in. So there's just nightmares, basically ghosts and spooky, as opposed to infernal. These may not exist though, because 90% of the time it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, I think it just gives you like roll advantage. I don't know, it seemed weird the first time I read it, so I'm gonna have to read through like type advantages and disadvantages again. It's just a nice little thing, but yeah, I can definitely see it, especially when it's in like a tabletop setting. I can absolutely see people getting kind of creative with that. I do like that they actually found a way to make sure that light and dark isn't just a rocket tag. It's nice sometimes, but then you get Pokemon, or you get Digimon Cyber Sleuth, where 90%, like, outside of 2 specific Digimon, light is always going to be dark, even though they have it listed as back and forth doing more damage to each other. Because all but 3 of the dark type Digimon are virus types. The only ones that aren't are Omnimon Schwartz, which is a vaccine, Dorogoromon, which was Kimball, from our playthrough, the big dragon dude that just tackled everything, and then Kazuamon. And most people probably aren't going to use Kazuamon because Sakuyamon is just kind of better because of her special ability, just removes buffs. Brief description of each mon and their stats and stuff there. Nice. Yeah. Can you tell I do a lot of like theory crafting for Cyber Sleuth? When I can name all the non-virus type dark Digimon off my head. Or awful on top of that, sadly. Yeah. It's the virus disparity. Because virus is supposed to be like the bad boys. And what's better than being dark attributed? Have just under 100 of them now? Nice. Reminds me of a project I used to try to do where I would like edit Pokemon into different types. And it's not really that hard as long as you got the PNGs of other Pokemon. And you can just like Photoshop a different color onto them. I remember I turned a Chikorita into a water type, and the leaf on their head became like the little lantern you see in like Chinchou. So it's kind of like an anglerfish. Yeah, around their neck they just have like a fin collar. You have Lilithmon, who's kind of one of the few good ones. Yeah, because she hits like a truck. One combo I've always kind of wanted to try but haven't, and I might do that in my personal playthrough, because I'm just like making things just to have them and level them, is you're pulling out another thing here. Where's Grindosaur? There we go. Let me find their name, because all I remember is that they come from Antilamon. Crepimon. Or Kerpimon. Restores 6% max HP every turn. And then... Dark. Megas. Thank you. And then... Beelzemon, who reduces HP by 5 maximum every turn for the whole party, but raises attack by 5%. I get 1% more HP, max HP every turn, and I just get a scaling 5% attack buff. And then fucking Pinky shows up. Hold on. Where are you? God, this thing is broken. And then Pinky shows up, also giving 5% max SP. Again. Pinky, one of the strongest Digimon. Brass Fire Tiki Spirit Tomb. Thought that was genius. Oh, that's a really good idea. I like that. Yeah, that project I did where I was like just changing them. Like Bulbasaur became like a fire rock type. There's like a little volcano on their back. The idea for that was a setting of, rather than getting a bunch of Numon and having to deal with that and having my poor drawing skills, I would just retype a bunch of them and like a big like event that happened in the region, and like weird evolution started taking place. It would also explain in places like fucking Sword and Shield, or no, I think it was Scarlet and Violet, why the fucking hot desert is right next to the frozen tundra. Help explain that a little bit. And then I would just like retype and watch them on. Magikarp was going to be the trickiest because I made them water and then one of each type. So your Gyarados would be like, if you found like a ghost Magikarp, you would have a like a water ghost Gyarados. Things like that. Oh yeah. You guys want to get back to the game? We went on such a huge tangent. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna boot up the game again. Okay, good, you can hear it. And now I have to... Wait, why do I have to resize it again? What? Wait, what is that? Why did I have to resize this? I didn't change anything. Whoopsies. Anyways, we gotta get with that dragon, Tomboy. I will not be satiated until we're both eating like takeout steak or something from Texas Roadhouse, and we're gonna bring it home and we're gonna just watch Kung Fu movies. I arrived back in my room, prepared to continue my assigned book. Thoughts of the day distract me, however. Thinking back on music class, I feel that I did come out today a bit with the oh my god, I'm having a stroke here. Thinking back on music class, I feel like I did come out today with more appreciation for music and the performing arts. As much as I enjoy music class, I could also see myself just reading the semester away. I wonder if having a reading partner in the library would make it more enjoyable. Eva did have some great Don't you keep bringing that up, boy. I almost got banned off Twitch for the noises I was gonna make. Maybe I have similar feelings with martial arts. Who knows? If Wren has anything to say about it, it'll likely be a full-time commitment. Am I ready for that level of intensity? Regardless of what I end up doing and who I end up hanging out with this year, I feel like I should take every chance I get to come closer to people. I only have 2 years left of high school after all. With my thoughts of school life now settled, and I pick up my book and start reading again where I left off. I do not deceive, Wormwood. Our cause is never more in danger than when a human, no longer desiring, but still intending, due to our enemy's God's will, looks around upon a universe from which every trace of him seems to have vanished, and asks why he has been forsaken, still obeys. Interesting take on how even non-believers might threaten the cause of demons. This brings up some intriguing questions within me. What might cause a non-believer to obey? Perhaps a sense of brotherhood among humans? The empathy one feels in the heart when they see someone else going through hard times? Societal pressure in general? You haven't mentioned the term natural law before. The concept she said states the common morals are inscribed upon our very hearts, often interpreted as the conscience. Perhaps that is something shared between us all, even the criminals who might rebel against it. Maybe less so those who have hardened their hearts. It is, after all, possible to dilute and erode your conscience. Yeah, some people, they just do not care. Some people just don't care. Some people feel like they're owed something, that they deserve to act that way for bad things that happened in the past. Regardless, it's a reassuring thought. Even if we are having difficulty finding personal evidence of God in the world, He has still etched His very nature into us when we still might have hope of reaching Him again. I continue to absorb the wisdom contained in my book until it's time for me to retire for the night. I wonder to myself how I can apply everything I'm learning to bring about a better world, both generally and for the goals I have in mind for myself. What are my goals right now? Should I be focused on obtaining the best outcome for all things I wanted? I switch off my light and try to sleep despite all the things racing on my mind. Today is a bit different since first period was replaced by a mass on Wednesdays. I arrive a few minutes early among the steady stream of other students who are slowly trickling in. I look around to see if there's anyone I know. Considering the fact that Wednesday Mass is mandatory for students, everyone I know should be here somewhere. Aria catches my eye, preferring a pew in the back right corner, busily typing away on her phone. Guess I'll leave her be. Okay, that was almost the protagonist seat. I think it's back left. Oh, I know, it's all about it's all about what angle you're at. That might be the protagonist pew. Towards the front pews, I see the dark hair and the little red horns of Eva poking out from amidst the crowd of students, Clover and her small antennae next to her. I don't really feel comfortable staying so close in front like that. It's just something about being up front in view of everyone that makes me, like a bunch of other Catholics, uncomfortable. The strange detail many priests like to half joke about once in a while during their homilies. It must be something about Catholics feeling that they have a more private spiritual relationship with God. Isn't that more Christian? Or your experience with meeting God is more personal? As opposed to a structured system? Like Catholicism? I don't know. Most of my stuff has been more of the mythology and angel and demonology. This contrasts many other Christian denominations who may feel a more publicly outward connection. If I had to guess, a balance between the two is probably in everyone's best interest, but to each their own. Not far from Ava and Clover, I see the back of Damien's head facing forward. He's currently kneeling in prayer, so I don't think I'll go and interrupt. That's all that's left to see if Sarah or Wren have made it yet. Yes! Coincidentally, soon after I think this, I hear a familiar voice behind me. Good morning, Gabe! Oh, morning. The difference in dynamic between the two is obvious. Wren usually appears to get a slower start in the morning, but is ready to go. Sarah's clearly always at her best, regardless of the time of day. Good morning. I'm not used to going to church on Wednesday, but I assume not everyone here is Catholic, right? How does that work? Oh, it's simple, really. It just takes the place of a religion class on Wednesday, and non-Catholics like Wren and me just don't take communion. You're not Catholic? If you don't mind me asking, what denomination are you? My family and I were born Southern Baptists. I usually attend a local Baptist church most Sundays, but I'm glad I can come to this one, more traditional kind of worship service during the week too. You should come to my church sometime too and check it out. I don't know if that'd be the best for me since I'm Catholic, but I have no reason to refuse if Sarah has to come in the future. Gee, will it show me like Southern Baptists? Oh, that's right. I didn't read these after I spoke with Damien. Let's see here. Is there any other new ones? G.K. Chesterton. Oh, these are authors. Fang Freaks is the name of a band that Arya's bassist friend's part of. They a form of dark heavy metal with industrial influences that made them popular with goth and emo types. They broke up a year before Arya met her current band during their freshman year 3 years ago. I'll have to think on it a bit harder if she gives me a more serious offer later. I'm not really anything, but whatever will give me some meditation time before I get to school or work up a sweat is good by me. Not quite an orthodox opinion, but I'm glad Wren is here nonetheless. Still, it surprises me to learn that so many non-Catholics are attending a school, or attending a Catholic school. It must be something that draws so many people here. Yeah, it's almost like the Catholic Church is like a safe haven for all the monster people. So they're more open to, you know, not bullying the shit out of them. I'm sure Wren would probably kill somebody if that were to happen. Regardless, I'm also glad they're here, so I won't have to awkwardly find a pew to sit in alone. We respectfully tread down the aisle together to find a spot where we can all refit. Pull down the kneeler and say a few quick prayers to start the day. After a short while, the music director greets everyone and announces the song for the opening procession. Most people open their hymnals to the specified song. We all rise while Father John and the altar servers reverently process into their places. Good morning, students and visitors. Everyone replies in unison with "Good morning, Father." In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. The Lord will be with you all. I reply, along with the rest of the congregation, and with your spirit. My brothers and sisters, let us acknowledge our sins and prepare ourselves to celebrate the sacred mysteries in the Mass. The sacred mysteries. That's a hard going name. Oh, I just realized, why am I so far away? Corner. Let me fix that. There we go. Now realizing I've got my Sunday best, I was just doing this because I was dating some. Early in the Mass, we prepare ourselves with a prayer that asks for forgiveness of sins, which raises us to listen to the Word of God. Some may say the Mass is overly ritualistic, but I like it just fine. Sometimes I learn, or something I learned during my religious instruction. Very much every part of the Mass itself either directly quotes sacred scripture or is derived from it, all to prepare us to increase our holiness throughout the Mass. The Mass continues, I notice Sarah fidgeting beside me. Maybe the pews aren't very comfortable for her, physiology? Wren seems to be doing fine though, despite having a bigger tail, which is wrapped around her and seen in her lap. Oh, that's cute. After Father John does the gospel reading, I make sure to try and focus on the homily. In this day and age, it seems like most young folks are drifting away from God. Now, I don't want to be accusatory, but the data on this doesn't lie, and you're not the ones to blame, mostly. For every new Christian that enters the church, about 10 walk out the door. Why is that? I, for one, believe it's due to the lack of not just faith, but also action. In the letter of James chapter 2, verse 14 through 26, the author describes to us what happens when we claim to have faith, but that faith is empty as shown by a lack of works. So what is a church without the faithful actively working? It's dead, I tell you. And we can clearly see by the numbers and even the individuals that we encounter on a daily basis. For just as a body without a spirit is dead, so also faith without works is dead. So how can we revive this faith in ourselves, in our peers, and our loved ones? Fortunately, it doesn't have to be as boring as you may think. It doesn't have to feel burdensome to get up and out. I know that scripture. I feel smart. Hey, you get a star. Let's see here. There you go, Lex. You get a head pat. Sadly, I don't have a you tried star. But simply being a loving friend or family member, you can utilize that special thing you're good at to evangelize to those who might not see the light of Christ elsewhere. You can participate in programs that promote justice and dignity to those who aren't often afforded it. Feeding the hungry is pretty popular, but what about the imprisoned? Despite what acts prisoners may have committed, they may as well be forgotten by society. And nothing turns around the recidivism rate like a true conversion of heart through faith. It won't undo what they have done, but it may prevent them from coming back to prison. That is a problem, is it not? You know, if people just like, they realize they're never getting out of prison, so they do whatever the fuck they want in prison, or they want to go back in, just because they have no skills in the outside world. They've got the stigma now. It may even bring forth a new great evangelist. Look no further than St. Paul himself, former persecutor of Christians. Oh yeah, this is the dude that is like either scalped or beheaded a bunch of Christians, right? Hold on. It is not described to a particular religious belief. As all religions are spiritual means to a similar end. Where's the thing that just popped up? Here we go. St. Paul. Saul of Tarsus is first found in the Bible persecuting Christians. After receiving a vision from Jesus, he converted, changed his name to Paul, and became an apostle soon after. He is responsible for writing many of the books of the New Testament, not including any Gospels. He went on to spread the gospel message in Asia Minor, Greek territories, Judea, and Syria before being martyred for the faith. And there's beauty. Artists, musicians, actors, you can all create and perform for others to witness the gospel. There's so much beauty in the church already, but how much better for it to be shown than through the work of mankind itself. Striper, crank the striper up, boys. We're cranking Yahweh real hard. And what were also some of their other ones? Let's see here. Was there Soldiers of Faith? I don't know. Most of my knowledge comes from after they bounced back from the like the 90s drought, where they tried doing like run shit everyone hated, and they realized, okay, yeah, that was fucking stupid. Finally, it's time for church leaders to stop dumbing down the faith. Nothing turns someone away from the faith faster than giving them a non-answer to an earnest question. Wow. Man, dumbing down everything for the modern audience, modern casual audience is really doesn't work in any form or fashion, does it? No excuses to someone asking a hard question about the faith, an overly simplistic answer like, that's just the way God made it, including personal ignorance. That being said, I invite each and every one of you to strengthen your faith by questioning the difficult things that you haven't found answers to. And if you can't find the answers on your own, come see me or another trusted spiritual director. In closing, whether believers or not, Catholic or non-Catholic, human person or monster person, we are all made in God's image. We are all born with a divine spark which guarantees that we ought to be treated with equal dignity. And throughout the same divine spark, and through that same divine spark, we're all equally called to serve Him, either directly or by serving others to increase our faith, love for God, others, and ourselves. Amen. Congregation replies with a solid Amen. The rest of the Mass goes on as usual. I receive the Eucharist, as do many other students. A surprising number appear not to do so. I'm guessing most are non-Catholic students or visitors. I also happen to notice that Ava is among those who don't partake, which is odd because I thought she was Catholic too. Plus, if I recall correctly, she was in line for confession just Sunday. Did something happen between then and now? Well, regardless, it's not my place to judge. I'll just send a little prayer her way in case she's struggling with something. And surprisingly, Sarah, Wren, Clover, and Arya don't partake. I recall having learned something about this in my religious instruction class. Eucharist is reserved for those who have discerned the Spirit and believe in the real presence of Jesus in what was once mere bread and wine. I wondered to myself what those things actually mean. The real presence and discerning the Spirit. She got horny. She is abstaining from any sense of pleasure, including spiritual or whatever's in the Eucharist. I think it has something to do with confession and being right with God. It deserves looking into. Maybe I should ask Father John sometime. Regardless, even if they can't receive communion with us, those who are from other faith traditions, oh my goodness, are still our brothers and sisters in Christ. I take a moment to pray that one day we can all be united once again, or as one again, and that we can once again worship at the same table under the same roof as we are called to be. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna be the case, unfortunately, homie. Like, I feel like we're in too deep now, where if, like, Jesus actually came back and told us what to do, people say, like, yeah, that's bullshit. Which is unfortunate, that's just kind of human nature and conflict itself, but that's entirely other separate problem we need to deal with. It's like in Mass Effect, right? It's like, well, how did all the humans stop fighting each other? When we met the Turians, we were getting our ass kicked, so, you know, we were kind of small potatoes squabbling amongst ourselves, like, yeah, fucking right. After Mass, Sarah, Wren, and I wait for Clover and Ava before... Wait, so did any of them take the Eucharist? Or partake? I don't think any of them did. Here, Sarah, Wren, Clover, and Ava. Yeah, I don't think any of them actually did. Nothing adventurous happens in the morning classes until I hear a noise behind me from Sarah. Psst. Hey, Gabe. I try my best to be subtle despite her persistence. I turn my ear and look with one of my eyes towards her to let her know that she has my attention. I don't want her to get in trouble again like the other day, after all. So, me and some of the others are thinking of going to their arcade tomorrow afternoon. You up for it? Yo, you gonna play fucking House of the Dead? I am down! Yeah, you give me those fucking light shooters, baby. I'm also pretty cracked at skee-ball. That'd be pretty fun, actually. It would give me a chance to see some of the town while I'm out to boot. I give her a quick thumbs up to let her know my answer. I can feel her smile beaming behind me. I didn't really expect to be doing much this weekend at new school, but my destiny seems to lead me down a more social path. I wonder who else might be coming. I have to ask her after class so I don't get aggro from the teacher. Unfortunately, as soon as class ends, Sarah gets a head start out the door before I can ask who else is coming. Oh well. It's lunchtime now, however. I don't feel particularly hungry today for some reason. Maybe I'm just excited for tomorrow already? For now, I decide to wander through the hallways thinking to myself, I wonder if I should get more reading done or something. As I'm walking through the hallways thinking about what I should do, I come across a less occupied hallway that appears somewhat out of the way from the rest of the school. Curious, I venture down the corridor as the chatter of the other students going to lunch slowly dissipates. I round the corner into another wing that appears less used than the rest of the school. This is where I went for music class yesterday. As I go deeper in the hallway, I hear the muffled shredding of an electric guitar through somewhere within. I notice the light in one of the rooms. It's hard to notice at first due to the night from the outside beaming into the windows, due to the light from outside. I approach the door curiously and lean into view of the door's window. Peek in. Is she getting sick with it? Yeah, she's getting sick with it. There I see Arya jamming away with a cool and shiny black electric guitar, the white spider lily design on the head. Connected up to the mid-sized amp with the red rose design on the top left corner. Seems she's a fan of floral rock and roll iconography. I watch for a moment, not thinking about how it would appear if she caught me staring in from outside. She continues to keep her eyes closed. I assume to feel the final vibrations of the song she's playing. My self-awareness returns as I notice what I'm doing. I decide to turn around, back off, and go about my business. Just as I do so, I accidentally bump the door with my backpack, and it hangs on one of my zippers, causing all my books to fall out. You fucking klutz. Whoops. Kneeling down in shame, I collect my belongings, taking my time, as I know she's probably approaching the door now. I half expected her to open the door in the middle of me picking up my mess. But when I stand up, her face is right at the window of the door looking down at me. Hi. Hi. Hey. She opens the door for me as I ready my apology for intruding. Come in. Sorry about that, I didn't mean to... Don't worry about it. Just come in before you attract any more attention. I hurry inside at her request. Arya shuts the door behind her, leaving me in an awkward position of being caught after listening in. So, I was just walking by when I heard your guitar playing. No kidding. I also know that this wing of the school is empty at this time of day. And you'd have to be walking out of your way to get here. Want to explain that? I was bored and looking for legitimately I was bored and I was looking for something to do. I wasn't hungry. So you make a habit of wandering down empty school corridors? Oh yeah, I also go through abandoned buildings. There's just a mystique about them. Would you believe me if I said yes? I pray my attempt at humor lightens the mood a bit. No, not really. Well, then I can't help you. Darn, I don't think it would work. I'm just not used to having company in here while I play. Sorry for intruding then. This is where I used to play with my bandmates before we graduated. Oh, so you're just basically like Monstergirl K-On! I can dig it. Where's the super cute teacher that was best girl? It's been a bit different without them here, but I'm getting used to it. I guess you can't meet up with them as often anymore, huh? No, they all had to get jobs. I always still meet up on occasion. Dang, Sag. We have to keep the band together, you know? Especially if you want to... Never mind. What was that? Guess they have some kind of goal in mind, but she doesn't seem to want to share, it won't press. What genre do you guys play again? Alt rock, punk, metal, industrial. Basically anything with a darker vibe. Due to her looks then. Not to criticize too harshly, but I could have guessed most of that from her appearance alone. Watch, her favorite song is actually I Was Made for Loving You by Kiss. Not that I mind, I have nothing against the look or the genre. I too... Brother, I feel ya, I too fell for the fucking goth girl psyop. They got me when I was young. They got me too. Anything you're willing to play in front of me? What, your free concert wasn't enough? You humor me with an encore? Arya puts a slight smirk in her face, apparently amused at our discourse. That's a powerful smile. She readies herself again and begins strumming her guitar as before. The melody seems improvised and not too familiar, but it definitely has the feel of someone who knows her stuff. Not that I'm any kind of expert to judge. It's the boxer mentality, right? It's like you watch an amateur and think like, wow, you're really good, as someone who doesn't know anything. I sit and listen for a while, mesmerized by the sound of her guitar. I've never been that deep into music, but hearing someone play live awakens some kind of spark within me. It almost makes me want to pick up an instrument. Almost. I sit here and listen to the music until its completion. As she finishes, like she did before, she lets the sound reverberate throughout the room while we soak in the last note. Bravo! I'm impressed. You must have practiced a long time to get this good. Thanks, it wasn't easy. But it's been a great way to escape everything that's been going on in my life, so I kind of attached myself to it. Never had the opportunity to play anything myself, so seeing someone so skilled up close is something else. Oh, I take that back. I was forced to play a recorder in elementary school one time, as with everybody. That didn't last very long, as my parents could only stand hot crossed buns so many times in a row. I feel kind of self-conscious for taking up too much of her practice time, so I decided to give her her space back. I don't want to keep you from practicing, so I'll get out of your hair. Arya doesn't respond verbally to this, she just gives me a little smirk. I'd like to get a list of those recommendations you mentioned earlier, if you don't mind. Want to trade cell numbers? You're pretty smooth for an underclassman, I'll give you that. Damn. She holds her phone out with her contact information. I enter it in my phone. I'll send you a few to get started with later tonight when I get back to my room. Damn, we got her phone number. I wait in eager anticipation. I bet you will. After she gives me a final smirk, I head out the door and back into the hallway. As soon as I shut the door, I hear her start to play again. Wonder she's so good. Think about inviting her to the arcade get-together tomorrow, but decided against it. I don't know who will be coming or invited to begin with. Heading back to the cafeteria, I find myself already regaining my decision to skip a meal. You dumb fuck. Also, just try to bring her to the arcade another time. Like, hey girl, I'm gonna take you out on night in the town. We're gonna go to Dave and Buster's. Gonna get you some nice chicken wings. And then we're gonna play House of the Dead all night long. By the time I get to gym class later that day, I fully regret skipping lunch. Coach starts today's class with some warm-ups. He has us run a mile on the track before letting us choose what to do for the rest of the period. My lungs feel like they're fucking killing me. After all the movement and so little fuel, I decided to join the girls in the bleachers today, specifically Clover, Ava, and Arya. Being careful avoiding Wren, especially Sarah's gaze. I know she would pull me into their group in a heartbeat. I head over to the empty space around Arya, Clover. My brother, I want the fucking Wren route. Let me choose where I want to go. Like, you're making it real hard for me, buddy, because Ava's so cute. More sip. Yo. Clover is the most oblivious, or most obviously social of the group, so it's no surprise she greets me first. The others hardly look up from what they're doing, except Ava, who briefly looks over her book in my direction. Mind if I sit here? Nah, I was just telling Ava about all the exciting new things that FFKO is doing there. Oh my gosh, she's talking about the fucking Final Fantasy 14 patch notes. FFKO? Final 14 Nights Online. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I've done any good long-term gaming lately. Yeah, I've been meaning to try out the Shady Souls series. The totally real and not made up legally distinct named action game that is popular with hardcore gamers. It is well known for being extremely hard to beat in its grim dark atmosphere. Don't let the memes fool ya. It may be hard at first, but once you get used to controls, it's a matter of perseverance and skill, or knowing how to beat the bosses in case like Dark Souls 1. Still be looking for the Mortis. You'll still be looking at the Mortis screen a lot. But have enough faith in yourself, you'll get through it. Mortis. Are we playing Faith the Trinity now? Oh, what was that one game? It was a very like interesting like side-scrolling like fighting game where you were like a necromancer and you would dig up like different classes and have them go through, and eventually their bodies would just like naturally decay with combat. Oh, I remember it was such a cool aesthetic, but the problem with that game was it got like turbo review bombed by the Chinese because it basically dealt with digging up corpses, and that is a big no-no in China. I wish I could remember it. It was so cool. Yeah, gaming is practically my religion. I don't think there's a single series I haven't at least dipped my toe into at one point. That's a big statement, girly pop. As a no-no everywhere. But it was just like it's basically like a game where you are a necromancer. That was the thing that set them off. I don't know why it set them off, but yeah. I don't doubt that at all. It'd be safe bet to assume that Clover could talk about games for hours if I let her. I will sit there and I will let you talk about video games, Clover. That is my vibe of person I gel with. Speaking of religion, I know this is a Catholic school and all, but doesn't mean everyone here It's Catholic. Are you Catholic like the school implies, or do you use differently? Clover seems to give that question a bit of a thought. Pauses a bit before putting her finger up under her mouth while she does so, and she shrugs. I don't know. I don't really think about it too much. There may be something up there, but I don't see the point in making a big fuss about it. Clover's answer's a bit surprising, to say the least. An atheist and an agnostic going to a Catholic school. I guess it shouldn't surprise me too much, though. Eva's probably Catholic since I saw her in line for the confessional, but I still want to hear her thoughts on the matter. In fact, I want to hear what Arya says about the topic too, but maybe I shouldn't. Watch Arya be like the biggest Catholic of them all. Because let's be real, okay? Demons and biblically accurate angels are metal as hell. It's like King Diamond's House of God. Like, King Diamond is legitimately, like, no kayfabe whatsoever, a Satanist. He's a LaVey Satanist. But he also wrote House of God, which is just basically guy gets chased by wolves and saved by this really pretty woman who has to guard this old church. And she lets him know that she's trapped in there, and the only way she can get out is if someone takes her place, which he does. And then, deep hidden within the church, after he has a fucking mental breakdown of being trapped in there for so long, he doesn't age. He actually finds the mummified, still living body of Jesus Christ. And there's just like this eldritch entity of chaos that just tells them, you're going to keep this fucking secret. And in a surprising turn of events, the main character of that story actually like defies the entity of chaos and kind of breaks the hold of the church because he doesn't want to believe or serve a god that just doesn't care about humanity. So he goes to the top and ultimately he does kill himself. But it's a surprisingly like pro-religious view a little bit. I mean, obviously it's got kind of that Lovecraftian there's no hope, but at the same time, this man's belief kind of causes him to, I think, break the cycle of chaos. And he takes his belief into his own hands. He still actually does kind of believe in all that stuff afterwards. But interesting. And where I was going with that massive tangent was essentially like, even like non-religious stuff like can legitimately make you think about it if you're willing to think about it. Anyway, speaking of Arya, even though I already know her musical taste, that could be a safer topic to include more people in, since just about everyone listens to music. TV shows are another safe topic that I'm sure could give me some insight into everybody. Just about everyone has a show or two that they're streaming, whether it's popular stuff or something older and niche. If I'm going to redirect the conversation, now would be as good a time as any. Hey, what kind of music do y'all like? I'm legitimately curious, because I don't think it's just gonna be like hymns. As like badass as Gregorian chants are, I don't think that's like someone's favorite type of music. I glance over at Arya, curious as to what she's listening to. She's always focused on her phone and music, so I figured that'd be a safe way to reel her into the conversation. So, what kind of music do you guys like? Not the most inspiring segue into a new conversation. Response equally as creative as I listen to anything. Hopefully I get better answers than that. And that'll surprise you much, but video game OSTs, J-pop, J-rock, and certain variations of trance depending on the mood. Maybe a bit more surprising, a bit of dad rock too. Preach it, sister, you You blast that dad rock. Dad rock, like, oh, dad rock, like 80s and 90s stuff. Dude, there was a dude just yesterday. I shot the shit with a customer. He was paying with his phone, and I did kind of peek at his phone a little bit, and I saw he was like playing some Dream Theater. Like, yo, dude, Dream Theater, very nice, very nice. You gotta touch base with the customers. You gotta call out like when they're cool. Especially that one dude like a week ago that pulled up in a Rush hat. I was like, damn, Rush, that's pretty nice. Saw one of their last tours ever with my pops. Yeah, anything your dad might have listened to growing up. Clover, you just got a +1 from me, girly pop. Normally I don't go for like the gamer girl archetype because it's a little cringe. But when you hit me with that dad rock, I'm in. There's a joke to be made there. My dad vibes. What was the one joke? Normally she calls me daddy, but tonight she calls me father. As they dressed up as like a nun and a priest for like a Halloween party. I don't know. Just some kind of weird nostalgic vibe, even though I'm clearly not from that era. No, I get you. I've been listening to Blue Oyster Cult lately. Veteran of Psychic Wars, trippy shit, and I love it. Honestly, the whole Fire of Unknown Origin album. It was a different time for sure. How about you, Ava? You usually listen to anything while reading? Classical music is pretty good for reading. Sometimes I just put on some white noise like rain or static to block out the rest of the world if I really want to concentrate. Not that you need any help with that. You're pretty good at reading though, just all my... Wait. You're pretty good at reading through all just about all my gamer rants. Or reading through just about all my gamer rants. Do you two want to rant about Destiny, Clover? I'll do it. Let's see, we can rant about Destiny, we can rant about Dragon Age. Oh, I got a lot of opinions about Dragon Age, believe it or not, given my name. Borderlands, that game franchise died like a decade ago. We just talk about BioWare in general, how about that? At least she's self-aware. I imagine most readers would have that kind of patience, if it does with Clover. I wonder if it's true that girls are just better at multitasking. Well, you also got me into those rhythm games, Clover. So I guess those songs count too. Oh, you poor girl. Anyways, besides that, I like a lot of hymns you hear during Mass. There's a lot of good Christian bands that add their own twist to them too. Never really considered listening to religious music on its own, but I guess that's something really devout people would do. What was it in the 90s? Like they started like just selling like Gregorian chants and people really got into it. Ironically, it was it's honestly kind of good for baby making music. Fun fact, did you know one of the oldest like horror erotica novels was actually about a monk falling into sin? And there was like a lot of intrigue and stuff into it. Yeah. I can't remember the name. I did read in Phantasmagoria magazine though. It might... Don't me about the Gregorian chants, that's just what I heard from people. It might have been more controversial if she had said something like Christian rock, however. Yo, girly pop, you wanna come back to my place and listen to some Striper? Are ya? I know some of the genres you play and listen to, but do you have a favorite band or two? I have expected her to be listening, but to my surprise, she speaks up. Oh, I half don't expect her. Not really. Of course, I have a handful of favorites, but I really like discovering new and obscure things. I start pulling out my playlist of dungeon synth. How do you feel about black metal and how do you feel about D&D? Like old D&D before it went to shit. Often I'll open up a streaming site, go to the indie labels, and sort the lowest listening count. Damn, that's what I kind of do for Twitch nowadays. As someone that gets no viewers, I kind of feel that. All the random new stuff ends up inspiring a lot of my sound. And that's where you get your musical muse from? Basically, just whatever kinds of songs or lyrics that trigger something I want to try. Chords, progressions, etc. Oh, who's the Black Wave guy? Where he just like, he made a deal with like his record company. He's like, okay, just put me in the middle of butt-fuck nowhere. I don't want no power other than to make it, just to use my instruments. I want no TV, basically no internet. And like once a month you guys like just drive like a supply truck out and give me food and I will just make music. I especially don't want to hear any other music. That man's living the dream. Do you have anything online, like a portfolio site or something? Not yet, but maybe one day. We'll see. Oh, unfortunately you're too young for MySpace. I look forward to it. Aria grins a little out of the corner of her lips, giving kind of half smile. I guess she doesn't mind the attention after all. She acts like she doesn't want the attention, but she does. I want her to play more, but since she's guarded about it, I'll just try not to push it too much. Just then, I hear Sarah call out to us to come and do a free throw contest. Despite my hunger, I don't really have an excuse not to do so, so I agree. I'll be down there in a bit. Well, I guess I shouldn't keep her waiting. They seem pretty competitive out there. Have fun. I raise my hand to wave bye. Clover does likewise while Eva nods towards me for putting her focus back on her book. I'd like to see the numbers right now to see where I'm at, because I think I scored kind of big so far with funny enough, Aria. Oh, the smug cat is back. I head down to the bleachers where Sarah, Wren, and Maya are waiting for me. There isn't much time for me to warm up, so my first few shots are a bit sloppy. Oh my god, that face of disgust. I managed to beat Sarah and Wren's score, but Maya takes the cake with her perfect 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, she's on the basketball team, this isn't fair. Apparently, Sarah and Wren had another running bet that I couldn't beat either of them, but since I beat everyone but Maya, I'm granted immunity. The cat is so smug. I can't either, dude. What the fuck? They went too hard with this one. The smug ginger tomboy cat girl. I have to bear in mind how competitive they are when it comes to sports, so I don't keep ending up as a target of their bets. This would be a really weird, like, triangle dynamic in the bedroom. The final battle of the day comes much to my relief. Having skipped down lunch earlier, I vow to never do that again, or at least keep another breakfast bar in my backpack for emergencies. Bruh, like, okay, come on, dude. Like, they're constantly betting against each other. Got Wren tugging on one arm, and then you got Sarah pulling on the other. Entering the library once again, I take in the atmosphere again, while the voices in the hallway slowly fade away. I sit myself on one of the tables, away from the other person so I can communicate on my bed, on my book. Maya's sitting on your head. That would be funny. Yeah. She just like turns into a cat. I settle in, letting myself get immersed in the points that the author is trying to get across. Suddenly notice something cold and wet hit the back of my neck. Ugh! I look around to see what it must have been. Nobody's quite near enough for it to have been someone around me. I look up as well to make sure that's not a leaky air conditioner vent. See something... Oh, I've seen something like that happen before in buildings with poor maintenance. Whatever. I rub the water off my neck and turn back to my book. Ugh. After another short while, I feel it again. What the hell? I say this aloud. Sorry, Big J. I stand up and quickly look around. I knew it! I notice Clover sitting in her usual spot with her big gaming setup still working its magic. So do you just leave that in the library, or do you just set that up after her every day? I keep my eyes in her direction for a bit longer to see if I can catch her in the act. It doesn't take long before her to peek back towards me and jerk her face back forward. Suspicious. Oh. Suspicious. I decide to sneak around the long way to get her blind spot ready to spook her. This is like where I work. Wherever the cute pharmacist girl shows up, because she's a floater now, she always like tries to scare everybody. The only problem is she's never gonna beat me because, believe it or not, I'm naturally just so quiet at work because I'm always focused on my job. I constantly jump scare people without trying. She's never gonna beat me. It's like the Rock Lee versus Gara fight for spooking people. She goes through all the training and effort, but she's never gonna beat sheer raw talent. But as soon as I round the corner, gotcha! Cold water hits my face. Sort of what seems to be coming from her fingertip. Did you just spooze on me? Her hands are in a finger gun shape, like the thumb up with her pointer finger still aimed at my face. What? Wait a minute! She's very smart and often procrastinates with schoolwork. Has a unique finger water gun ability that she uses for pranks. She chuckles as the water drips from my forehead. You got me. Neat trick. I say half amused, half impressed. Yes, I'm very impressed. I can't get entirely mad. It's a really unique skill. Many years of training in the art of finger guns. I gotta say, not really a fair fight. I'm gonna have to find a way to get back at you somehow. What was it Damien said that slime people are weak against? Maybe I can have that ammunition against her. It was the cold, right? Hold on. Codex. I'm cheating. Mystery rumors that they're scientists. These are nutrients, calories. They are weak to the cold, but also seem to be able to control their temperature to some degree. Okay, it's cool. So we're just gonna pull like a fucking Bart from Simpsons. We're just gonna fill up like a dodgeball sized water balloon and we're gonna put it in the freezer. We're gonna hit her with an ice ball. That's right, slime people are weak to the cold. I wonder if this will put her in her place. If you're not careful, I might have to sneak up behind you and pour some ice down your back. Clover freezes in mock fear, utter defeat in her face. You've been doing your homework, I see. It seems I have a formidable opponent now. Fine, I swear I won't scorch you with my finger guns again. For a week or so. She mumbles the last part, but I still catch it. I decided to play along anyway. Alright, I have to find something else to use as revenge, like hard candies. Oh, please do. I prefer sweet candies. Nothing sour, though. It shocks my taste buds too much. Hey girl, you want a Jolly Rancher? Eh, sure. Gotcha, bitch, it's a warhead. Okay. No, I'm not sure where you taste it. If I hit the back of your head, are you gonna absorb it in? Until I identify what it is, you know. Oh. Until I identify what it is, you know? There are ways too many things get stuck in my body to just absorb anything that gets stuck in me. What a strange conversation we're having right now. I never in my life assumed that I would be talking about how a slime person works to a slime girl, no less. So how would sex work? You wouldn't, like, accidentally, like, dissolve the dick, would you? And how far would it go into your body? And is there, like, where are your pleasure sensors? Would I have to, like, caress your slime core? Because that seems like the solid part. She would just a prank. It's just a prank, bro. My dick is gone. I got a weird tingling sensation down here. I must really like her. Oh god, no! Skill issue. You gotta be like me, man. It's a skill issue. You gotta be like me. You gotta like microdose acid on your dick every day. You ever see Chronicles of Riddick? It's like when he poisoned himself. Like, ever so slightly with the cobra venom. So he can get immunity to do it. Wait, in that case, would a condom work? No, because that's latex. I'm thinking plastic. Plastic doesn't melt. With like acids or some shit. Well, since I'm technically taking a break now, why don't you show me what you're up to? I didn't really get a good look at the other day. Yeah, sure. You're playing the fucking horse game. So, you're familiar with FFKO already, right? Yeah, though I'm more a fan of FFK10. Yeah, Final 14 Nights Online. Never really played it, but it's an online action role-playing game where you fight monsters and interact with a bunch of other players. Those are the basics of any MMO. But what makes this one different is that your one character can take on many roles, classes the game offers. Which one day we'll have to like actually sit down and like... Because there's like one guy, I think his name's like Synod or something like that. Or something or other. And he does, from what I heard, he does some really good like class lore deep dives of like, for example, like how the white mage came to be. And stuff like that. Alright, but sounds like a lot to get into. Is it gonna take a while to catch up to you? Nah, the game really has a nice pace for beginning in. That's a fucking lie. Dude, that's what I've heard from everyone that plays Final Fantasy IV. Like, yeah, dude, I love this game. I'm addicted. It's my life. Great. When does it start getting good? Oh, you basically have to get through the entirety of the base game, and it will make you want to kill yourself, but I swear, dude, it's good. How long is the base game? Oh, it's pretty long. Great. I don't know if that kind of commitment is something I'm ready for. Let's see if I can shift topics to other games for now. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but I've been looking for some new single-player games to play lately. You have any recommendations? I see you have a wide variety here already. Without missing a beat, even amidst fighting hordes of monsters on screen, Clover responds to me excitedly. What's your poison? Pick a genre, any genre. I have more recommendations than you have time to play. Well, I'll have to insist if you want to get back into gaming. I wouldn't mind having an IRL friend to play Final 14 nights with. Plus, the game is having a promotion for new players soon. So now will be a good time as any to start. Oh, what was it when like Final Fantasy 14 was free until you maxed out your character? Or like something like that. And there's so many people that came in that their servers couldn't handle it and they had to like rescind the offer. That's when everyone like started getting like huge into 14. Like everybody did, because I mean it was basically a free MMO at that point. That's crazy. It was. Dude, I saw it everywhere. I was watching wrestling one night and I saw a sign in the crowd that said play Final Fantasy 14. And then the next week I saw Mori Calliope from Hololive. She had a sign in the crowd that said like a real cowboy shit. It had like her like cowboy outfit on. And then after that, some dude brought an Amelia Watson like card and it just became a game for me and my father because we would watch it together. I was like, all right, let's see if we can find like a video game related sign to this week. And it went on for quite a while with an unbroken streak. Okay, I'll consider it. It does look pretty high quality. As long as it doesn't get in the way of any of my other school activities. I watch her mow down more enemies and explore the world she's in. I think of what type of games I might... I think we saw her screen. I think she's a black mage main. Filthy fucking black mages. Something high action, something to relax to, something story heavy, something just pass the time. I'm doing this for Wren. You recommend any fighting games? Or maybe an action JRPG? I've had a craving for a while and it comes in waves. I want like a fucking like a good action JRPG. I've been looking at like the Grand Blue Fantasy game. One day I want to play like the latest game that was in like the Mana series. I want to play it so bad. I can't fork over the money. I'm for something fast-paced. Something that'll test my reaction times and get my blood pumping. I see. Something fast and challenging, But there's always Shady Souls. Just about everyone complains about the difficulty, but once you learn your movesets as well as enemies, you're golden. Then there's the first-person shooters. I've always been a fan of the classics like Mood and Quarter Life. Fighting games can also get your blood pumping if you get competitive with it. There are casual fighters for newbies too. Please, hit me with that legally distinct Street Fighter. Hit me with that legally distinct Blaze Blue. Hit me with Cold Red. No, it would be Cool Red. There are lots of genres in the action realm. Those just get you started there. Thanks, I'll keep that in mind. As for other recommendations? How about some story heavy shit? You know, I've been hearing a lot about cinematic games. No, I picked the wrong thing. I thought this was gonna be like Persona or some shit. I didn't want no fucking walking sims. You sure you don't just want to watch a movie or read a book? Just kidding. There are plenty of stuff like that I'm into. First off, you have those movie type games you're talking about, which usually is quite a bit of action in them as well. Then you have visual novels. Okay, we're reeling it back. Usually anime art style, but some of the Western style VNs have been doing a good job at keeping up too. I particularly like Stay Fake Gate series, as well as the Octori game trilogy. Stay Fake Gate. Oh my god, I love these legally distinct games. Oh god, I bet. Man, you know what? Man, you know, I bet you probably do love your Stay Fake Holy Order, huh? And if you don't mind a bit of slice of life before seriousness, try the Love Dove series. I imagine the visual novel audience is a bit more hardcore than the anime fan. Oh, I imagine the visual novel audience is a bit more hardcore than the anime fandom. Then again, it does have the benefit of basically being a book with visuals and music. Maybe trying one out will broaden my horizons on both gaming and anime front. No, I need more, please. Hit me with the fucking, like, Mammal Crossroads or some shit, please. Something to relax to. Anything with a nice chill vibe like that? Depends if you want casual games or not. The trifecta of comfy core is Mine Shaft, Terrarium, and Anime Crossing. Oh. No, there are a lot of sandboxes like these. They're the ones that become most popular. And there's simulation games. Anything like Ram World to Roller Coaster Capitalist. No, not. You just casually gonna throw RimWorld in there, the fucking war crime simulator game? Or anything you just build things and watch your little peons do the work is pretty chill. Honestly, rhythm games can be relaxing once you get better at them at least. Not the videos I've seen. Sure, they'll pump you up with their music, but once you get the vibe, your mind will sync with their music. I'm waiting for her to like just hit me with like just out of random just like Toho. Because that'd be like the one they can like legally say because there's like no copyright on it, right? You just like make all the fan games you want. Sounds pretty comfy. I'll keep that in mind if I'm in the mood. Oh, you know, just something past the time. Something not too serious when I'm on board between classes. Lower points are fingered to her side monitor. No. No, 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 no. Do not tell me to play a fucking gacha game. See all these gacha games I have opened up over here? There's no need to really grind to this extent. No, I do. That's my problem, is I burn through all my free shit so quickly. Because I play the game for like an hour or some shit. I usually play it on my computer. Not on my phone. I just like to make sure I get all the characters every time they released. And that's not necessary to beat the game. Oh, but that's not necessary. How do you do that? It's a gacha game. It does everything in its power to get you the character you don't want. Most people just play the story sections, do their daily quests, and occasionally go hard during the events. Now, I don't recommend them for most people because it's very possible to get addicted. You mean like you? Guilty. She wants all her fucking pretty boys, dude. Yo, what was that one game that came out? Infinity Nikki? No. It was by the same dev team. I don't know anything about it. I think it's called Love in Deep Space. The only thing I know is that women are feral for that game, and it makes the company a lot of money because you can actually have sex with all the pretty men. Bro, girl. Dude, women can be fucking savage when it comes to their pretty men. Why don't most gacha games do that, in fact? All you ever get is like on Valentine's Day, they'll give you like a box of chocolate and that's it. Fuck that. I can make as many excuses as I want, like, at least I'm not spending money, but all the time I spend could be to better use. You're a free-to-player, you'd absolutely be a whale given the opportunity. I just like all the cute characters. I'm not a I'm a collectomaniac. I can stop any time, I swear. Okay, keep telling yourself that, sweetheart. That I do. Anyways, pick any of these and I'll friend you on them so you can boost your teams up. Because they know the money gained from that would be that's not lost from being removed from the App Store. Yeah. Which one was it? I'm trying to think, because there was one game where you can like actually like marry a single character. Or no, maybe you can marry multiple characters, but the point was you could actually marry them. I think it might have been Azure Lane. Alright, I'll give one of them a shot. Anyways, that's all for now. That should be good for now. And if I need any more recommendations, I know who to ask. I take out my phone and make a note of all the games she suggested. That way I'm gonna remember even half of these. Oh, you going to the arcade with everyone tomorrow after school? Oh, yeah. Sarah told me about that. Oh, I completely changed that statement halfway through. Oh yeah, Sarah told me about that. Yeah, I wasn't sure who was going, but I guess it makes sense that you'd be there too. Does it though? I'm an introvert after all. A self-aware one at that. You're not complete shedding after all, are you? Don't let my sharp wit fool you. After this conversation, I'm going right back into the zone. Anyways, Wren and Eva are coming along too. Nice. Wren is a fan of fighting games, so sharpen your skills. Hey yo girl, you wanna come back to my place and play some Soul Calibur 4? You wanna play some Mortal Kombat 9? And Eva? He's surprisingly good at rhythm games. I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it for myself, but it's a fact. It's gonna be like that one random episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where Taya was playing DDR against some guy. How about Arya? I was thinking of asking her to come along since she doesn't seem to have a lot of people to hang out with. Arya? Well, Sarah and her really don't get along that much. So I doubt she extended an invitation to her. Oh, some sort of bad blood between them? It's a religious difference. Where should I put the spreadsheet? Sarah was raised hardcore evangelical Christian. Well, she seems to be fine around people like me who don't care about religion. She's got a problem with Arya's dabbling in the occult. What, like pagan stuff? That's a bit more of a surprise to me than her just saying that she has issues with religion. To the Codex! Over. Her laziness extends to her religious beliefs. She does not seem to care to seek any kind of belief in God. Arya von Stradivari is a very experienced guitar player. Gabe was lucky enough to catch a glimpse of her skill. There are rumors that she has dabbled in the occult. Due to this rumor, she has a tenuous relationship with Sarah, who judges her heavily for her alleged involvement. There's a verse. Paganism. Paganism originally referred to any polytheistic, non-Christian, or non-Jewish religion. Ritual sacrifice was often depicted by these religions and universally condemned by the Christian Church. Nowadays, the term pagan has been adopted by practitioners of more modernized paganism, as loosely based on what little is known about the original religions. Modern pagan beliefs and practices usually focus on esotericism, spirituality, and often incorporate some sort of nature worship or communion with nature. Oh yeah, that was a thing with like Christianity, right? It's like you worship God and all he's done for you, but don't get distracted by the beauty of nature itself and start worshiping it. You know, it's the old Bruce Lee, don't look at the finger pointing at the moon, or otherwise you'll miss all the heavenly glory. Very important distinction. The occult is usually associated with esoteric supernatural belief outside any organized religious structure. Despite rarely being part of organized religious structure, Wiccans, New Age practitioners, and various cults often utilize occultic practices. The occult often refers to things like magic, extrasensory perception, astrology, and divination. All such practices are condemned by the Catholic Church and non-Catholic practitioners, or non-Catholic Christians alike, since God explicitly forbids such practices in the Bible in both Old and New Testaments. Yeah, the woodworker, not the table. Yeah. Guys, did I ever tell you when I legitimately studied LaVey Satanism? And basically what I can just say is it's the flavor of... So I think there's obviously there'd be more branches, but the two big ones was just basically there's Satanists that just want to be fucking degenerates all the time, and then there's the ones that have a real big chip on their shoulder when it comes to Christianity. LaVey Satanism is the latter. That's just basically what I got from it. And frankly, I don't want to participate in it because it's a very selfish religion it's basically just pleasing yourself above everything else. Very inward focus. I can see some arguments for focusing on yourself and bettering yourself and the things that make you happy. But overall, I just found it, for lack of better words, very selfish and a little narcissistic, at least from what I've seen. No, not for me. And if you are, whatever, I don't care. I'm not gonna dictate your life. Just know I will make fun of you. And I have with people in the past that say they're Satanists. And I never really took any of that stuff seriously, considering myths and all the silly shows that air about witch covens and whatnot. Is she gonna do it seriously, or just a fascination with it? No. Doesn't really concern me all that much, since I'm not close enough to Arya or Sarah to get involved. Just saying, if you want to invite Arya, keep that in mind. I'll think about it. In the meantime, I won't keep you from what you're doing here. Besides, I'm gonna try and finish this book before you snipe me across... I'm gonna try and finish this book before you snipe me across the library. Sorry about that. No worries, I'll see you tomorrow then. Laters. She was kind of cute when she got embarrassed by that. Clever waves again, still facing her screen like before. I hope she does well on her test Friday, despite my assumption that she still hasn't read her book. Cliff Notes version. Spreadsheets in the Discord. I did see Discord pinged. I'm very neurotic about that. I'll definitely check that out. Oh, where should I put the spreadsheet? Oh, I thought you were making a joke. You can put it anywhere, I don't care. And again, if what Sarah says is true, she might not have the problem being naturally smart and all. I wonder how she'll make up for the knowledge only found in these books, however. Oh well, not my problem, I guess. Better find someplace out of range of Clover's antics if I want to concentrate this time. I exit the library with my book still in hand, thinking where the best place to read could be. Thought crosses my mind. I could check out the basketball club instead. I already checked out the martial arts club. No. No, you go back to the martial arts club. Nothing is more soothing and ample for you to read than the sound of bodies hitting the fucking mat. Couldn't hurt to check out my other sports options. Let's like use this opportunity to hang with Sarah. My brother, I'm telling you right now, okay? Like, Sarah is like at the bottom of the list for me right now. I think right now it's kind of, Wren, Eva, Arya, Clover, and then at the bottom is Sarah. I just don't care about the perky cheerleader. Not like I won't have the free time. Okay, I shouldn't say that. I do like perky girls. It's a nice contrast to the crippling despair and existential crisis I feel on a daily basis. We're gonna save it here. We'll think about that choice later. Anyways, at Chateaurinos. That is gonna be it from me tonight. Thank you all so why is that still there? I turned that off. There we go. Thank you all so much for stopping by if you did. This game is a blast. I love it. All the girls are cutie patooties. I will post the schedule tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. I don't know what we'll do. Might be like some tabletop things. It's toss up between like starting up the Moemon random playthrough or looking at some solo tabletop RPGs that are all about like journaling stuff. I think there's one I found where you're like a vampire that like sneaks in and disguises himself as a priest, and he has to take confessionals and he has to fight his urge to eat people. So that's a cool one. Most of them are going to be like things I will have to like write down and like make up on my own. They're very good for like coming up with stories. There's one, it's literally like half a page of rules and things like that. But yeah, I will think about that, and I also post the schedule for later. Oh yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by. This game is fantastic. We had some good side tangents. We had Pokemon, we had Digimon. We'll have to figure out what the next one is. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. He's a bitch. No, fuck you. I clocked out. I'm not getting paid to deal with your shit. Speaking of rants.
Exactly.
Go ask somebody
Agreed.
else.
That is so agreed, man.